Hello everyone, welcome to my broadcast of Atreides versus Basement Boys. This is ESL Challenger League Season 51 and this is the fourth European Cup. Let me know as always if there's any technical issues, like if the audio is too loud for me or too quiet for the game or vice versa. Yeah. I'm in the server right now, just waiting for things to get started. I think everyone's in. We're just missing one player on Basement Boys and then we should be good to get started. But yeah, how's everyone doing? I hope we're all having a good Wednesday night or Tuesday afternoon, I want to say, if you're in Europe, where this game is being played and where I imagine most of the people watching this would probably be tuning in from. Yeah, just waiting on one more player to hop in the server. I need to figure out a way to display the pick bands on this bracket screen, but I can say them to you out loud. So, Atreides got first ban and first picks, and they went with Inferno, and then Basement Boys picked Nuke, and then our decider map was Mirage. If you're really curious about which maps got banned, feel free to drop a message and ask, but otherwise I will not bother going that deep into it. Oh, I just realized. Sorry. It's not something you guys can see yet, but I need to turn off my network. Like, it's showing that I have bad ping, which is, of course, I'm gonna have bad ping because this is probably a Russian server and I'm streaming from Australia. So that's never going to work out well. Generally speaking, anyway. Maybe there's one guy, actually no. Even if you had like a lightspeed cable directly from here to there, it would still probably be, actually I don't know. I don't know how far that is in light years, but I'm almost certain there is no fiber optic cable that runs between Moscow and Perth. If someone has access to one, that would be super cool. But yeah, I mean, I may as well talk about the bracket while we're here, while we're all waiting. As you can see, I've thrown together this graphic on my own, because the only other like way that you can really view this bracket, other than on like Liquipedia or HLTV, which I guess I could have put either of those up on the screen, but I thought, you know what, I may as well put some creative effort in, make my own one. I know it's not the most beautiful thing in the world. Oh, okay, so sorry, hold on. Everyone is in the server. So let me just gotta create the last player here on Basement Boys on my little HUD thing that I've got. We should be heading into it, I think, right now, or very soon at the very least. Doesn't look like they've gone live just yet. So until then, I'll continue talking about the bracket. It might be the knife round, but I think they have to forfeit that anyway because they did the picks in advance. Yeah, so you can see two teams already moved on to the second stage because that would be because their opponents forfeited. I think Endless Journey were unable to field a roster, and Mega Short had like a, I think they had something that was against the rules on one of their rosters. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, let's head over into the gameplay. So you should be able to see everything, get it working nice and good. And we're going to be heading into map 1 Inferno. This is Atreides pick. If you're unfamiliar, they are a CIS region team, or kind of. They've also got two Balkans players. So it looks like we're going to be heading into a B rush here out of Basement Boys, which is of course a Ukrainian 5-stack. people might be familiar with them because they've played in some, I mean, not super notable, but relatively notable compared to the sort of competitions that they usually participate in, playing against teams that you might have heard of, like FlyQuest. I think they might have played FaZe at some point, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, definitely big headhunters. I think they went from like rank 300 HLTV to, I think they're almost top 100 right now. This pistol round, they're doing decently for themselves. It's the 3 versus 3 down to a 2-on-3, and all the T's are dead. So it's going to be the defuse coming through for Atreides. Don't think they have a kit for it, but Trouble's got plenty of time to get that one off. There it is. So Atreides are going to pick up the pistol round. I must say, I'm not the biggest fan of the Dune franchise. Like, not to say that I don't like it, but, you know, I'm just, like, I haven't read the books. I think I watched half the first movie and all the second one. So I'm not exactly a fanatic. But it is, in case you were wondering, Atreides is a reference to Dune. Their shortened team name on the little ESL spreadsheet is actually Dune in all caps. Little fun fact. Looks like they're not changing up their strategy though, heading straight into this B hit. Megan and Ona to hold it down with the MP9s. Ona goes down just to the HEs, and oh my god, it's a massacre from Megan. Fake Reality picks up 2 for himself, and the MP9 famous duo, they mow them all down. The B-rush does not amount to anything, and those forced guns off the back of the bomb plant in the pistol are not able to buy more than a single kill in the second round. And to be fair, I don't think they actually shot Ona with bullets from the guns at all. I think that was just the utility flying over the half wall that took him down. We'll see if they can make something happen here with just the upgraded pistols. A couple of Desert Eagles, maybe looking for the headshots. Ooh, Trouble finds a headshot on the A4 from top middle. This crash peeks into him, and Chill didn't really stand a chance in that fight. A little bit of aggressive positioning here from Ona, but not looking to give too much away. Just, you know, they know they have the advantage in this round. Trying to hold on to that without giving anything away for free. Here's Trouble again with the M4. And Ona chipping in from bottom banana as well. Leaves Depression and Dan in the 2 versus 5. Dan's going to walk into the famous of Fake Reality. And unfortunately for him, he wishes it was Fake Reality, because he's dead. Depression, though, things looking up for him with 2 kills on the Tech 9. Manages to scavenge back that Mac 10. Goes in for the 3rd one, but Fake Reality takes him down with a Tech 9 of his own. So things kept under control for Atreides. They did lose a couple towards the end there. It was looking for a second like that might turn out to be a flawless round, but in the end, they do lose 2 players, although it doesn't really matter. Look at their money. They've still got plenty left in the coffers. Trouble picks up that AWP. And for Basement Boys, they finally have a bye in our 4th round here after forcing in the second one, and that did not go their way, unfortunately, on the B-rush. So it looks like it's going to be a more measured approach coming out now that they have the rifles. A little bit of speculation in Banana, just trying to see what's going on for both sides. Goody is getting burned. Oh, he takes a lot of damage from behind the half wall and burns in the Molotov. Ona, maybe not expected to be so close behind him in this position. He does have the molly. He's going to let him fade away, but he's spotted over the half wall. Chill and Depression jumping up. Depression actually goes down on the repeak, and Ona just about gets away with his life. 12 HP remaining. There's 2 players lurking through the apartments, but the bomb goes down over in Banana. Phil peeks into that one, and now there's 3 players here on B. His teammates, meanwhile, have secured the pick on the pit player. That was Krivda going down, leaving A almost open, but Fake Reality, he can still deny the bomb passage into the site here. That smoke does have a gap on the left. Danny sprays over the top of it though and takes him down. So the avenue is there, and Trouble and Owner, you know, low HP on Owner, and neither of them have a kit. So they're just going to be saving their guns, it looks like, for the next one. Good job for Basement Boys, you know, they're picking up their first round. Goody's still yet to put a kill on the board, but he's got a round win now at least. I wonder if they'll get hunted here. Owner doesn't have a lot of health, but he does have the AWP. Following Bogdan's law. They're just going to stack up on the angle, tantalizing for us, but of course he has no idea what's going on behind his computer screen. So I believe right now Basement Boys are higher ranked of these two teams as far as I think both probably HLTV and BRS go. Bit of an aggressive position for Trouble with the AWP here, down towards the bottom of those apartment stairs. We'll see how well anticipated this is. It's going to be Smek peeking on into it from around the corner. Trouble picks him up nice and easily. Does take a little bit of damage, but the kill does fall in his favor. Leaving the rest of Basement Boys in the 4 versus 5. There's 3 players on the CT side over towards the A-bomb site. That leaves just 2 defenders here to hold off what could be a B push. Goody's managed to make his way around the smoke. We'll see if he wants to give Megan a peek, but he falls back into CT, so that's not a possibility. And smoked off again. They're going to look to travel back towards A. Danny secured a little bit of space up towards top mid. Or maybe not. Maybe Owner got spotted over the top of this smoke. They definitely seem aware of his position. Down made as the utility flies over the top. They've only got 30 seconds to do this, Basement Boys. They need to make a move now. Goody goes out ahead of the Molotov, sprays into Owner's head. Brings the numbers even. The bomb's still trapped behind that Molotov. 20 seconds to get that one down. The player on the line is Magent. He's going to walk through the smoke. Goody catches him. And that spells trouble for Atreides. They are going to look to save over on the A-bomb site. And Basement Boys on the on the back of some very good timings from Goody. Pick up their second round. I think the teams are switched. Oh, you're so right. I don't know how I didn't notice that. Thank you. Thank you, Jake MC. See, you can tell that I don't cast these guys very much. I'm more of a local Australia streamer. There you go. That looks better. So Basement Boys are winning, but got their second round, so take everything that I said previously about the round score and switch it around. The ranking stuff though was right. I'm pretty sure Basement Boys are higher ranked than Atreides. Yeah, so Atreides on HLTV right now are 190 and their VRS is 197. Whereas Basement Boys are 97 on HLTV and 163 VRS. So VRS wise, not that much higher. Thank you for streaming the game. No problem, man. I hope you're enjoying. I hope their casting is tolerable at worst. A little bit of a tactical timeout for Basement Boys. They know that they have a chance to secure a pretty big advantage here just off the back of those first, 3 round wins in a row. The fact that Atreides forced into round 2 and then lost it, they really want to convert on the advantage that they could be building up here, especially economically. You see, after winning 2 rounds in a row, the Atreides, they still don't have that much cash in the bank. I mean, Goody's got a fair amount, but Basement Boys a little more scarce. Bit of a boost over into the apartments here, but it gets burned out. The Krivda's got that info. He did take... Must have been a nade, maybe crossing top mid. 43 damage, so he's already down in that lower HP range. The rest of Atreides putting a little bit of pressure up towards top banana. Krivda seems to be anticipating some sort of push towards mid, and it might just be coming his way. All 5 players on Atreides now moving towards the second mid area of the map. Mech is making his way down the apartment's hallway. He'll be met by owner on the site. It's going to be Fake Reality and Krivda fighting towards these brackets positions. Here's the burning chill. He's going to peek out as his teammates are going down over towards the balcony. Smek drops as well. And so it's just depression. All of a sudden, his whole team got shut down on the push. He picks up the first kill, swings into Fake Reality and leaves him on 1 HP, but it's not enough. And Atreides are really yet to find a solution for Fake Reality in this game. 6-1. Putting in solid numbers for sure. You have to remember that he did save in one of those rounds, but as far as I remember, I don't think anyone has got too many kills from punishing overzealous hunts, put it that way. Seems like this is the default setup for Krivda, just kind of dropping that molly, but oh, Smek has moved fast through the apps hallway as the Mac 10 out and nades pulled, resulting Krivda's demise. Early though it was, Goody, once again, he's ahead of this Molotov. We know he likes to play aggressively in towards banana. Dodges that flashbang. He's got 2 players to find here. Mega owner spotted on the jump spot. Ooh, and he almost flicks to him behind the barrel, but Magent does pick that one up. If I'm saying any of the names wrong, please let me know. Trouble. Oh, he's not expecting to push through the smoke, and he's going to go down, so A is left uncontested. Fake Reality. Not much left for him to do in this one besides try and save those guns. Atreides pick up their third. So despite the attempts of Basement Boys, no one here is really pulling away in terms of either economy or rounds. Keeping things relatively close after that initial 3-round burst. Agent almost lost his life there. But Atreides aren't going to get greedy. They don't have that much money saved up, so can't afford to just run in and throw these guns away for nothing. At least not yet. We'll see if they can build that cash up a little more. Atreides investing, Basement Boys rather, investing most of what they have left into this one. They might still be able to pull together some semblance of a buy next round, especially with the loss bonus, but it'll be dodgy. Lots of Molotovs landing all around the map here, just trying to deny that control early. Such an important factor on Inferno. Maybe a couple of new lineups being tested out after the NMGraph 2 update. Oh, it's a triple apps walk again. Last time this got shut down really badly. This time it has to be Krivda to hold them off. He picks up the first, but he gets traded out. Trouble on the site with the orb, goes down with nothing. Fake Reality, though, over towards Long, has picked up 2 kills, so it keeps the numbers even. Or almost. It would be, if it weren't a 2v3. So it's Goody and Danny. Clutch it up for Atreides. They find the first one with the HE through the smoke. But now the numbers really are even. Just had the foresight to see that one coming, apparently. Ooh, Goody loses the fight to Magent and leaves Danny in the 1 versus 2. A decent position. He's not going to be able to be spotted from the balcony. Owner walking out of the smoke. He's going to get picked up. Oh, Oh, and Megan survives on 6 HP, but he doesn't have time for the defuse. There's no kit. Oh, that's a gutting way to lose the round, and he might even die to the bomb here on 6 health. Yeah, there he goes. Insult to injury for the basement boys. Atreides bring the scoreline even. With a 2 versus 3 situation, and it ended up being a 1 versus 2 clutch for Danny. 2 kills, may as well have been 3, as Megan did go down to the bomb eventually. Basement boys using their second tactical timeout already. Doesn't seem like they're planning to invest too many of those into the T side. I mean, obviously, because they only have 1 left. Here we go, round number 9. Timeout over. Basement boys ready to rock and roll with. This is such a weird buy. Trouble has the AWP, and they're putting all of their faith in it, as everyone else is kind of saving. I mean, there's 5 7s and an MP9. And correctly calling this play are Atreides walking into the B site that's occupied only by those weaker weapons. The AWP is going to be rotated over immediately for basement boys, and that might be a bit of a giveaway. 2 smokes dropped, I'm pretty sure, just in front of them. Bill's going to be boosted over the top. Doesn't quite spot Ona. In trouble here with the AWP. He gets there just in time, and he tags up depression through the smoke. That was either through a corner or a leg shot. He manages to get away with his life, but he's brought very low. Goody as well. Also low on the HP. The MP9 of Ona foaming at the mouth on these low HP players. He doesn't manage to pick up depression, but Krivda does on the trade. Danny, the last one left in a 1 versus 2, and jumping over the wall. He's picked off by Trouble. Basement boys at the back of that AWP, forced by, well, I don't even know what to call that. It's an eco, but with an AWP. It's such a strange buy, but it works out for them. All the faith in Trouble. It pays off massively. And Krivda, his contribution can't be understated too, picks up 2 kills. I believe with the dropped AK. Ooh, this is so aggressive. I love it. Fake Reality pushing all the way up mid. Covered by the AWP of Trouble. Not quite. As unable to find the trade. He does trade himself with a kill of his own, but numbers even now. 4 versus 4. And Krivda's been forced away from the apartments. So they're doubled up in pit here, Trouble and Krivda. Holding each other's backs. Ona arrives over by library, but thinks better of it. Opts to go back to beat. Atreides meanwhile just kind of, you know, feeling things out. Still got 4 players left alive. They can cover a fair amount of ground on the map. Ona looks to have sniffed it out though. They've stacked 3 players over towards A. The last player, Megan, looked like he was going to be on his way as well, but choosing to stay over by B for now. The flashes and the utility are going to come over the top. Krivda so blind in the mini pit, but he's still able to get 2 kills for himself. Trouble finds Goody as well, and they're so low, but depression, you have to think that this 1 versus 4 just isn't going to happen. 35 seconds on the clock. He's got to make it happen sooner rather than later. Not able to spot Ona over towards Moto. Trouble sitting inside the smoke, just tucked behind the half wall. Safe for now. Ona just about sees the tip of his head, but depression knows that he doesn't really have the time nor the ability to pull this one off. No offense to him, but you know, most players don't. Glad I found your stream, man. You should try and add it to the HLTV game page. You're so right. I actually I did apply to that with like HLTV's form thing. I don't remember how long ago it was, but it must have been I want to say at least 3 weeks, possibly more than that. Who's going to win? I don't know. Basement Boys are higher ranked, so I'll say them. Going back to the HLTV thing though, yeah, I applied to that, but they haven't got back to me, so I really don't know what the situation is. I think they said you can reapply. It says don't resubmit the form in less than 4 weeks, so I gotta wait. But you know, we'll see what happens. It could be that they're waiting till the last day. Oh, Fake Reality, aggressive over in the apps, backed up by his teammate. Find 2 kills just about for free. So Depression saved AK still alive, but loses 2 of his little minions, I guess you could call them in this one. Atreides is surely just looking to find a pick off the back of this one stronger weapon that they have access to. Interestingly, they're sending him alone over towards brackets. It's a double setup and Trouble's posted on the line with the AWP. Depression walks right into it and loses the only rifle that they have access to. They might be able to scavenge it. There it is. Chill picks it up. He's going to have a whirl at this one now too, and Trouble picks him up as well, just as easily as the first one. Goody, the last one left. 5 players ahead of him. He does have the AK, but no armor. Really shouldn't have a chance in the world at this one. He does find the first kill onto Trouble, but doesn't expect the second player. Fake Reality cleans him up nice and easy. 7 rounds found for Basement Boys. Interesting that bottom banana smoke is being thrown out. Guess it does pair up well with the double nade combo. Completely denies Atreides that early banana control. Sometimes we have seen Goody or Danny pushing up through the utility. They love to do that, as it would seem. Krivda flashed into the apartments, but he goes down to the blind spray. So it's just Fake Reality all alone on A now. He's being rapidly encroached upon by all 5 T-side players. Chill's going to spot the back of his head and he's going to take him down with a spray. Trouble walking in towards this library angle. I think he spotted the shoulder, so he is anticipating the peek. Gives them access to a 3 versus 4. And they're going to have to go for it. It's the last round and a half. Oh, not. Seems likely to be taking the first contact over towards short. It's Danny in the boiler position. What's the side of his head, but he's covered well by Magan. So a 3 versus 3. Goody picks up another one. Gives them back the man advantage. And they are going to pick that up. Atreides find the 5th round off the back of the clean A site take. Losing nobody on the way there. Gives them a nice 5v3 post plant. Or 4v3, I guess, after they lost one. Either way, they convert on it. So, 5 rounds. Not the worst total for your T side. I think Inferno is one of the less CT-sided maps in the pool, but I have a feeling, it may just be me personally, but you would think that with the AnimGraph 2 update, CT side should be a little bit easier to play, just given the peeker's advantage from the weird view model movements is going to be a little bit diminished. Even if it's a small change, you know, that could result in some statistical shifts, especially at the top level of play. But you never know, maybe these guys are so good that the animations don't really bother them that much. Working their way up banana are Basement Boys. They do have the bomb there with them, and they're going to bait out the first smoke successfully. So that triggers a bit of hesitation, maybe a bit more setup. It's a 4-stack setup B for Atreides, and they are not budging after dropping that first piece of utility. Depression has walked right past. I think that's Krivda, yeah. So now, unbeknownst to him, the rest of A is completely open. And this 4-stack now forced into activation. It's going to be Goody walking up first. He spots Owner's shoulder around the corner. Quickly turns but gets taken down. Traded back. 4 versus 3 now. Basement Boys with the man advantage. And Krivda has made his way all the way out onto A. So that bomb site looking very much tempting. Fake Reality now is going to see all 3 remaining CTs just charging towards him. He picks up the first headshot. Still 2 players left to find if he wants to survive this one. He's running out of bullets. He picks up the second kill. Gets the reload off. He's going to swing into him. Daddy just about gets it back around the corner, but he swings into him again. And Fake Reality cleans up the pistol. Nice and easy 3k for him. Made it look... well, I won't say he made it look easy, but he got the job done. And that's what matters at the end of the day. And now Basement Boys find themselves in a very good position. 8 rounds on the board and a decent chance to convert on this one. It's a 5 nade stack down mid. Smek is going to be the first one out and he gets just about deleted. Goody does manage to find one on the USP, but that's all they're going to get, Atreides. The rest of them get slaughtered. And you know what? I like the nade stack idea, all 5 of them. It easily could have got a kill if anyone was going midway, but unfortunately for them, no such luck. Nade flies down mid, doesn't find a huge amount of damage. Fake Reality does take a reasonable amount from that follow-up on Banana. Goody now, he's going to be mollied into this position. They've spotted him, I believe, behind the sandbags, but off the back of that flashbang, that's perfectly timed from Danny, and he just about has enough bullets to get the second kill as well. And they've lost another player over towards A. I think they seem... I'm really not sure if they're aware of Krivda's position. They do pick up that final kill over towards Banana, but the MAC-10 striking from behind, not exactly the weapon you want from that range, but he does manage to pick up the first. Now his options are widened a little bit. If he had gone around to B, he might have been able to catch a slightly better timing, but instead he's going to peek into 2 M4s down at bottom mid here. Chill and Goody. Not looking to give him anything for free. He's going to smoke himself off. I guess he does have 50 seconds to play with. Then he moves to secure the flank. So it keeps things nice and contained here. And was that just straight through the smoke? I totally missed what happened, I'm sorry. Either way, doesn't really matter. Krivda went down. He had the MAC-10. He wasn't really going to stand a chance at winning that one. He tried to remove his silencer. Why does he have that setting enabled? I have no idea. I think, I do know for some people, and this could never be me, but like some people who've been playing this game since they're like 4 years old or whatever, and they had like 1.6, I think the USP in that game was not suppressed, if I remember correctly, or at least not suppressed by default. And the same thing with the M4A1, so some people will like to take them off. I know every now and then you'll see, I think Monacy and Simple both do it, where they'll take off the suppressor. Ooh, I'm yapping over the top of this force buy, but Fake Reality's found a pick, and Trouble does as well, so their A bomb site's gonna fall. 3 AKs now for the retake. Danny and Chill do have the kits available. Bomb's taking a while to go down. A bit of miscommunication perhaps over on the Basement Boys side of things has allowed a little more time for the CPs to get into their favorable positions. Taken down to just 3 HP on the bomb site, but Chill's already made his way over towards short, and I think he spotted Trouble in pit. Drops the smoke in front of him, wants to isolate that duel on the bomb site, but flanked by Fake Reality, is not ready for it. Danny and Goody going in together now, and Danny left in a 1 versus 3, picks up the first kill, the second on the USP, firing away, he's running out of bullets now, and Trouble's going to pick him up with a Tech 9. So Basement Boys find double digits. Having a look at our scoreboard, it looks like a good day on the server for Basement Boys overall, with 4 of their players on the 1.5 KD or better. 2.0 KD or better for Trouble and Fake Reality. And Owner, you know, he's bringing up the rear. He's fine. Doing his job. The lead is there. It's a bit of a less aggressive apartment setup from the CTs, I feel like, at least. Depression on the dig boost. I'm not sure if dig or diggity is a universal call out, but that's certainly what we call it in the land down under. Make ready to receive this app's push. Dodges the flashbang successfully, but the first player goes over while he's looking down. They get picked up. Owner with 3 kills just as I was besmirching his performance. On the Tech 9, he's made it all happen. Oh, sorry, the Mac 10. Similar difference. Danny and Goody looked like Danny wanted to go for something there, but he's swiftly shut down. And all 4 kills in this round have come from Mac 10s. The Basement Boys are going to pick it up with ease. Owner finds the 4th. He could have had the ace there if he was just to find the kill over towards Arch, I think. Basement Boys find themselves one off match point and just an eco to stop them. 2 grenades on Goody and Danny. What Atreides hope are going to do the trick to stop them. Personally, I have my doubts that they're going to be effective in that goal. But we shall see. It's a heavy A presence for Atreides. They kind of really don't... kind of done much to give this away as they don't have a whole lot of utility available. Mac tries for a cheeky little 1D, doesn't manage to find it. Goody already expended his high explosive, so it's Danny cowering in the back of B, ready to try and deny the plant with a grenade of his own. The rest of his team has rotated their way over, so they're ready to receive this push if it were to come. Looks like it just might. Basement Boys setting up outside the bomb site. Successfully able to take this base without any resistance. Sort of a high, I was going to say a high-low setup, but Depression's actually moved away from it, so leaves Goody on the boost. Chill from behind the first box is going to be the option to trade him if needed, but he picks up the first kill unassisted with the P250. Smoked off now, Chill isolated behind this box. Megan ready to dodge that flashbang. But he doesn't clear the corner. The spam comes out from Chill. He does pick up the kill eventually. Depression caught walking out of the smoke. It's Danny and Smek now in the 2 versus 3. But weak weapons and no utility. Also no kits, no armor. He is going to get swiftly shut down. And it looks like it's going to be map point, I should say. I'm too used to watching best of ones. The Basement Boys. Oh, unless Smek can do a couple more of those. Finds the first 1D. Looks to spot out Fake Reality. So close. I think he tagged him at the end there as well. Just not quite the headshot he was looking for. So, despite a moment of excitement, Basement Boys do move themselves onto map point. Take that one step closer to our map 2 of Nuke, I believe. Be able to check when the graphic comes back in just a second. I know Mirage is the decider, I remember that. Yep, it's Nuke. And it's time to find out if we'll be heading there. And it will be in every round from this point on. Of course, we will be going there eventually. Unless one of the teams is to suffer a catastrophic error of some kind, which leads to them having to forfeit the rest of the game. In which case, we will not be seeing Nuke, but it's hard to foresee that happening. Basement Boys have managed to take a good amount of space over here towards top mid. Mech does spot out one of the players from in pit, throws the HE and doesn't find a whole lot of damage, but it does bring Krivda within that one-shot headshot range for the M4, so not useless damage. Was that a missed smoke? I think it was. I believe they were trying to throw that either towards short or into the apartments, and it's just fallen down. But fortunately, it's not going to have too big of a consequence, as Krivda is the only player on his team left towards A. The double setup on B, it's Goody once again from on top of the boost. He was in this position last time, so you would think that they would have a better contingency plan for trading him out. The smoke goes down in front of them. They're going to walk right through it. Danny spamming through it with the A4. Picks up the first 2 kills, and they're going to quickly try and run their way back over to A. Krivda has to take space for his team now, otherwise the plant is just not going to be possible, and he gets taken down by Chill from the balcony. So Trouble and Fake Reality with an impossible situation are going to choose to bail. A tough call to make, but it might just be the right one. Trouble does manage to find that player hunting him down in the apartments, and Danny has been hurt, actually. I was going to say might not be expected, but not going to find the duel that he was looking for. So Atreides, hang on, push us to our 20th round of play. Depression is the weapon of choice out. He's ahead of the mid smoke. This is so ballsy. He chooses to back away from it, not spotting anyone over towards the ramp. Double boost in towards the apartments. Gonna be Chill, Depression, and Smek to receive them. This time the nade finds a little bit more damage. Krivda taken down to 64 after that one, and he's got another one ready in the back. Hopefully this smoke doesn't miss. There it is. That's the one you wanted last time, Smek. Not that it mattered, they won the round anyway, but I digress. A very similar setup to the last one for Basement Boys. They've taken this space towards top mid, and now they're just sitting in brackets waiting for some overextension, some overplay from Atreides. It hasn't come through just yet. Bit of presence signaled towards top banana by these two players, Megan and Ona. Going to allow what they think would be a little more space taking on A, but Depression shuts it down. Finds that first kill. Fake Reality tosses the flash over the wall, but it doesn't blind Depression whatsoever. But now they're feeling very much forced into this B play. Megan, Krivda, and Ona. Just 2 players ahead of them to defend. It's such a difficult bomb site to take, and with 10 seconds, they don't think they can do it. Once again, it's going to be a T-side save for Basement Boys. At some point, Atreides, they're going to build up enough money that they can start hunting these down. At least if they keep winning rounds. Of course, if they lose one, the game is over, so no further consequences other than we go to map 2. Basement Boys still have match point, but their money starting to run out after they built that nice lead, that nice cash pile for themselves. Now it's looking rather dry, as most of their players not going to be able to buy up effectively in the next one, especially with not much utility. Depression with the missed AWP shot though. Next round might not be a factor after all. Chill and Smek have to hold this together. It's going to be 4 players coming through the short smoke. Chill is so blind and he loses his teammate in pit. Tries to spray into more, but he can only find one. Danny gets taken down as well. Brutal angle into library. And Goody, I mean, it's hard to see him coming away with anything other than a loss in this round. Starts moving, I've got to say, a little too slowly, but he is going to find Ona for free. He doesn't have the kit though, that's my main concern. There might be one dropped maybe on one of his teammates' bodies, but he still has to find all 3 kills and pick it up, and it's not going to happen. Trouble closes things out 13-8 here on map 1 of Inferno. So we will be back sooner or later with map 2. You can see there's the stats that we've got for map 1. Fake Reality topping the charts in terms of kills. My little HUD graphic, just ignore, like, take 1 death off of each of the players that were still alive, because it counts it as a death when they leave the server. Actually, I can just press tab. There you go. That's what the KDs. Oh, never mind. You know what? It still happens here. Doesn't matter. It's close enough. But I will be back in, I think it's 10 minutes, the standard break between maps. And that'll be for map 2 Nuke. So I will see you guys all then. And until then, I'll just leave you with the bracket screen. Okay, welcome back everybody. I believe they just did the knife round, so we should be good to go as soon as this timer goes off. That's 20 seconds from now. We will be heading into the pistol of map 2 Nuke. The HUD is the right way around, that's good. Basement Boys are your T-side team, as this was their map pick. So Atreides opting to go with the CT side. The conventional choice on Nuke. Basement Boys, of course, took map 1 Inferno. So they are looking to close out the series here. On the second one, Krivda, the first man out of single door, loses his teammate first and eventually goes down himself. Goody though, I should say, gets traded back. So 3v2 possible for Basement Boys. It's Owner and Magant to pull that one off. Owner sneaking his way up towards heaven. This might be expected though. Danny, oh, he was posted on the line. If he catches this timing, Owner, that's so fortunate. Just as he was spotted by Chill, he's going to peek back into him and eventually go down. Leaves Magant in the 1 versus 2 situation. The bomb dropped at his feet and he's going to be able to pick it up after finding the kill onto Chill. Depression position not known, but Magant is faster with the Glock. Finds the headshot and picks up the pistol round for Basement Boys. Knife round on map 2, yeah, they have to... sorry, I should have clarified. The knife round, they have to throw it because they do the vetoes in advance, but I don't know why. For whatever reason, the way the servers are set up, the knife round has to go ahead anyway, but it's just agreed that like the team that, you know, the team that won the veto, not that won the veto, whose pick it was, gets to win the knife round. Oh, sorry, the other way around. The team who didn't pick the map gets to win the knife round so they can pick their side. Even though I think they picked the side in advance also. They just have to do it on the server, because that's the system in place. While I've been yapping, Basement Boys have been moving. They've made it down secret, but there's actually 3 players already down on lower. But the CT side, Chill has managed to sneak his way underneath Trouble, spots the back of his head, takes him down with the MP9. Not ready for the second player behind him though. But the trade does come through for Basement Boys. Hoodie, positioned here in the vent. Got 2 teammates, they're going to push into this all together. This could be a bloodbath. Owner and Fake Reality on the line, they're both going to go down to these forced up weapons. The CTs, this is looking like a very possible round for them. Low HP on Smek and Goody. But will it be enough for Basement Boys' last 2 players to pull it through? Magant does have the AK-47. They're both equipped with full HP, full armor. And an empty A-bomb site for now. 2 players coming from the ramp. 2 more yet to come up from B. Bomb is going to go down. Again, he's not ready for Danny at all. Walks all the way out of hut. And he finds the back of Krivda's head as well. There's no awareness of that play whatsoever for Basement Boys. And they drop round 2 after winning the pistol. Although the pistol was not in convincing fashion, they did get the job done. You would think they'd be able to do something similar with the weaker, with the stronger weapons, so against the weaker weapons is what I meant to say. But it is going to go the way of Atreides, and they pick up a couple of Galils and AK for their troubles, and Basement Boys are left with the crumbs. Certainly you would think they're going to have to save in this one. A force seems almost unconscionable, but maybe I would think wrong, because looking at the buy here, I'm seeing a lot of utility and not a lot of spare money left for next round. So we'll see what kind of plan they have cooking up. Maybe the lost bonus would have left them on a double eco. Bit off topic, but Nuke is such a difficult map to observe, guys. Primarily I am a caster, not an observer, but you know, I don't have anyone else to do this job for me, so make do. Exploding out of hut now. Basement Boys, they're making this work on the force buy. 2 kills come through, but 2 trades back the other way. 3 now. Depression taken down as well, so it's Owner and Trouble left in the 2 versus 2 against Danny and Goody. CTs spread apart, not at all playing together, but Owner's made his way down the vent, maybe looking to pincer outside. Trouble could be dangerous. He doesn't quite spot Goody before he goes down, so this duel might not be prepared for. But Ona, that is such a cheeky angle. Sitting behind the little water or gas tank. I'm not sure exactly what that is. I'm not a nuclear scientist, but Danny spots out the bomb on Trouble. And he knows that that is most likely headed over towards B. Looks to possibly catch a push from outside, but it's not coming his way. They've already gone down secret. He should have just gone with the first thought. I mean, maybe this was always the plan, but regardless, it is not a good plan as the bomb is going down just about for free. Trouble and Owner just one kill away from making this force buy work. Danny has the kit available and the AK-47. As far as 1v2s go, it's not a bad setup for him. Spots out the first player. It's Trouble's Tech 9, falls away. Anticipating Owner in the vent. It's a good clear, but he doesn't land the headshot. So Owner picks him up. And with it, Basement Boys pick up round 3. The second round for them, and one that you would not have thought was going to be possible considering the buy they had going into that one, but they make it work. Impressive stuff. Really, really impressive coordination on the APOP. Every death they had was traded almost immediately. But Atreides, after losing that one, because it wasn't heaviest of investments in the last round, they do have enough to buy in this one still. I'm trying to find this player. Who is it? Owner has made his way over towards secret. There's a hell of a lot of smokes outside. I think if you look at the map there's 6 of them over on various parts of the map. 4 outside, 2 in the building. Ready to defend the A-bomb site, but there's no one there to meet them. Our Atreides ramp is left completely open, so the 3 T players looking to push up and take space here are going to have a very easy time. Trouble isolated with the bomb though. He's been cut off by this lobby push. Chill spots out the first player, but he's surely not ready for the peek. Trouble just about catches the last pixels of his back, takes him down, but now they're ready for this A push. Depression in position with the M4 on the bomb site, helped out by Smek with the 5-7, they're mowing them all down. Trouble and Owner, the last 2 left alive. Owner still over towards that secret position. He has not activated yet in this entire round. He's not expected, but Trouble's position is known. He did pick up a kill earlier. Smek now looks to cover these positions and he swings into Trouble but doesn't land the first bullet. Trying to get the Trader's Owner from Mini, doesn't manage to do so. Trouble is eventually going to get taken down after just 1, leaving Owner in the 1 versus 3, and he doesn't have the bomb. 13 seconds, there's no way he can pull this off. He's just going to have to fall away and save. Not the ideal option, especially on the T side. And he's going to go down as well. If I was the last player there, Danny, I might have waited, honestly, try and run out the clock. Maybe kill him after time. Add a little bit of salt to the wound. A wound which Basement Boys will have to be licking because they are going into a force again. It's hard to talk them out of it, especially after, you know, how they went on the last one. But we'll see if they can replicate the magic. This time Atreides must be ready for it. They do have the full belts of utility and the rifles, the armor. Everything is there. They can't win this one. It's questionable how they even won the last one against a much stronger buy, to be honest. Dropping into HUD immediately as fake reality, and he gets taken down, as does his teammate. By Depression. One of them, I think, has made it down the vent. Maggot fighting with the bomb, though, is isolated. And he does go down, so Owner, I believe the single player who either made it down the vent or just walked across secret, is left all alone. And they know where roughly his pathing was last round. They know that he came in Mini at the end of it, so he must have been somewhere outside. And it seems like they have some idea. Everyone's looking roughly in his direction. Danny! You would think he would have had that kill for free, but Onan manages to make the adjustment in time. Survives with a lick of health left. He will be one shot to any of those remaining rifles, I believe. Oh, maybe not actually. If it was an AK, the Depression will find him. without too much trouble, but the other two M4s maybe not so much. If they get the opportunity to do so, that is. Owner looks to be playing it very safe. Oh, but Goody, I think, just spotted the top of his head, maybe. Oh, he hasn't seen him. There we go. Whack-a-mole game as Owner. He's going to pop up, and Goody does eventually find his head. So Atreides pick up the third round and take away all those guns for Basement Boys. The Force this time, they do get punished for it, and it leaves them with scraps. Fake Reality yet to get on the board here, 0-5 thus far. He was, I think, the top frag on map 1. I think he finished with a KD of 20-7 or something, so already approaching his death count for the entirety of the last map. Which, I don't know if that says more about the performance he put on last time, or how poorly this one's going. I feel like a little bit of both. This time, Basement Boys can't justify the Force, so it's 5 Glocks. How many kills can they rack up here? Chill gets just the 1. Depression picks up 2 for himself. Fake Reality has made it down the vent, trying to get his first kill on the board. Takes the Glock out of burst mode, but doesn't manage to get a kill. As Goody takes him down with relative ease. Atreides line 4. We've seen this a lot from Owner, working towards the outside. Likes to get over towards Secret, but so far he hasn't been too successful in actually finding much impact from that position. I mean, if you think about the 2 rounds they have won, one was the pistol, where of course he wasn't able to take up that position particularly well without a whole bunch of utility to cover. Goody spamming through the smoke. This round takes him down as well. So once again, yet to find much. The same can be said for Fake Reality, who's yet to put a kill on the board still. I mean, last round doesn't really count. It was a Glock after all. We'll see if he can find one. Oh, Depression manages to get away. Spotted on the jiggle. Fake Reality. Ooh, he hasn't been persuaded by the smoke. Depression faked the double door, I think. Oh, I don't think he saw him. Fake Reality. I think he should have had vision there with the Molotov. Oh, but he makes a footstep on the ladder. That's surely going to be heard. The A-site push, the utility is flying out. This has been given away. Chill from on top of the hut has a lot to do here. He picks up the first one, but he goes down to trouble, and 2 of his teammates have been lost as well. Fake Reality putting 2 kills on the board. Brings his team to a 2 versus 2 to match his kill count, which was 0, so it's an upgrade. And now Danny and Depression, with the kits available, need to find this retake. Trouble covering for his teammate on the bomb site. Fake Reality just worried about Heaven, and Depression has to get past Trouble before he can find him. Catches the timing, but Trouble manages to get back to the angle in time, takes him down, secures the post plant, and round 3 with it for Basement Boys. I mean, it has been, I want to say there's been saving, but it really has been only for Basement Boys, hasn't it? And it hasn't been particularly successful. So, I mean, I'm just looking at the scoreboard here, like, there's only 2 players who aren't strictly negative. It's Trouble and Megan, and they're not, you know, exactly superstar numbers they're putting out here. I mean, we're early in the game, but, I mean, looking at Fake Reality's 2 kills, 6 deaths, Cribbed up, 1 and 7, you wouldn't think that this game would be within 1 round. And yet it is. Numbers don't always tell the full story. And Danny, he's going to need to put up numbers on the ramp defense. Finds the first kill. Actually, it was Chill over from Hell, finding 2 for himself. Depression ready to cover the flank with the AWP. Picks up 1 and gets away. Leaving Megan and Owner in a 4 versus 2. Owner goes down outside to Goody. Caught once again on that position. He is really struggling to make things happen over there. Depression is going to swing into Megan's AK. So this round not just over yet. 3 kills yet to find. He gets Danny as well, but Chill there with the trade. Manages to keep it under control. Keep it cool. Atreides pick up 5. And they maintain their lead in this one. Looked like maybe it was starting to slip there. It certainly could have started to slip, at least mentally for them, after they lost that round 2. Or not even the round 2. They won the round 2 and then lost the round 3. But they're hanging on. Still, I mean, it's such a struggle to build up money on the CT side, especially when you're losing that occasional round, but now they have a real chance to start getting that bank. As Basement Boys once again find themselves with limited weapons. They do have the utility to boot. The Splash does not make it out, but he does. Megan gets a kill as he loses all of his teammates and his own life, leaving Owner last alive, unfortunately, and he's taken down by the AWP flank. So Atreides, without too much trouble, managed to pick this one up. Chill, unfortunately for him, going down from on top of Hut, but everybody else managing to do their part, stay alive, win the round. Everything good. Danny 4 and 5, the only player not positive on his team. Not a big deal. He hasn't been seeing a whole lot of the enemy. Usually tasked with holding down, I think, ramp. Looks like this round he's playing more towards heaven. Is Mac going to be opting to make his way into the vent early in this one? Depression, ooh. This is interesting. They know he pushed lobby with the AWP last round, and they're going to spot him out immediately here. Maybe aware of the weapon he's working with. Krivda runs him down with the Tech 9. Smek has to come in here to hold the B bomb site back. He's got to fight them off, and he can't manage to do so. Not behind the smoke, spamming through it. He's got to reload, and he's getting pushed. Unbeknownst to him, Fake Reality has already made his way through the single door. Smek inside the vent. Not quite showing his back to them just yet. Chill's gonna come around the corner. He does eventually go down. Smek, Fake Reality gets one as well. And it's just Danny. All of a sudden, these Tech 9s have made it hurt. Atreides around that they never should have been threatened in has slipped through their fingers. I think the only weapon that Atreides actually bought for this other than the Tech 9s was a Mac 10. So Danny trying to save. He has heard this player, Trouble. But unfortunately for him, it's not going to be an AK he recovers if he takes him down, which he won't. Basement Boys against the odds. I mean, they managed to find that one, and with it, they kind of managed to stop Atreides from building up too much momentum, too much economy. Once again, they're just keeping it close enough that they can certainly pull this back on the CT side. I think 4 rounds is a respectable total for a Nuke T side. 5 would be probably, I think, your average goal. And 6, of course, you'd be pretty happy with that. Looking to capitalize on the fact that Owner has been lurking out here all game long. Finally, it's Basement Boys cashing that one in. The check they have long prepared. Trouble finding a kill with the AWP on the blown open smoke. Has to take an aggressive angle in towards Mini. He can't spot the players out just yet. They're traveling down the vent. It's Goody and Chill in position to maintain the secret control. Bit of a lobby push from Smek. Isn't going to spot out anyone just yet, as that last T-side player, Krivda, just sits on top of the roof. Makes himself a real pain in the neck for anyone looking for a flank. And here is the move. Owner up. Fake Reality, I believe, is going to be making his way down secret. Spots out a player and dies back a little bit. Not sure exactly if there's only one player ahead of them, but there's actually 3 already down on B. Perhaps the correct call is to position back towards A, and it looks like that might be the play that they're going for. Smek The only one with a chance of really holding them off this is inside the single door, and he's been smoked off. There is a player behind him. His footsteps have surely been heard. Behind the fake vent, nobody is holding for this right now. Smek walking out is eventually going to get taken down. It might have been his back spotted just about by Krivda on the lurk. But the rest of Atreides do not suffer, or sorry, do not enjoy much better luck. And Danny, I think he's being instructed maybe to try and take some guns away, pick up an AK or maybe an AWP, as he's not going for the full safe save position. At least not yet. Maybe now he's thinking that might be the better of the options he has available. There it is, just gonna tuck all the way back into that corner. We'll see if Megan goes for a hunt. Doesn't look likely right now. I don't know why he wouldn't, to be completely honest. There's only one round after this one, and he's got more than enough money for a buy, unless he's really loving the M4A4, which, you know, some people really like it. I had a friend, still have, we're still friends, this was yesterday, who was talking about how he's really enjoying the higher fire rate on the M4A4, especially now that it has that higher total bullet capacity. There it is, he drops it for an AK anyway, so no, I guess he just didn't want to give up the kill reward. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Basement Boys once again looking to put pressure towards outside. It did work out for them last round. We'll see if the result is similar here. In a pretty similar setup all game, but it's triple ramp. A lobby push on the horizon. Danny has caught the timing here. Oh, but he doesn't spot Krivda. Just tucks into that corner in single, and now he's going to be spotted, but he fires a shot, gives away his position, and now they're aware of this push. Krivda goes down regardless. Depression ready to receive with the MP9. Here's Megan surely walking towards outside, but it's too late. The rest of the team has already come in through Mini and secured control of A, you would think, but they've actually failed to make it past Hut, and so they're in such an awkward position now. Basement Boys, they have to fight for control of the bomb site. Trouble does manage to pick off the outside player, makes their lives a whole lot easier. That was the one presence they had towards the heaven side, and now everything is positioned towards Hut, lobby, and single door. Chill making his way up the vent, not expected, but turns just in time. Owner traded out though. Depression takes advantage, and he picks up the AK for his Troubles. Now in the 1 versus 2, he takes down Magent. Trouble, the last one left, inside the hut position. He opts for the Tech 9, knowing his opponent's low HP, and he finds the headshot just about. 7 HP remaining. Basement Boys find 6 rounds in the half. That leaves them in a very decent looking position for the CT side. Can't remember exactly, but I believe it was the stronger of their two halves over on Inferno. I think it might have been 7-5 in Basement Boys' favour, if I remember correctly. I'll have to fact check myself on that on the bot later. But, you know, semantics. Bit of a split setup here. Maybe a fainted A push. 2 players going down towards outside, and they are both going to go down. So the rest of the team, 3 versus 5, and they've already lost Chill. A bit of a disaster pistol round for Basement Boys. Or for Atreides, sorry. It hasn't swapped sides. This is Atreides who are on the T side. Basement Boys are successfully holding them back. Got to swap that. And Goody's going to go down as well. There we go, that should be good, I think. 1 second, there we go. Okay. Jeez, I hope the frickin' teams haven't been wrong the whole game. That would be really annoying. I think they've been right, I'm pretty sure. Someone called me out on that last map, so I would hope that they would call me out again if I was still messing it up. Going to be a fast A-pop. They've opted for a force here, Atreides. Will it pay off in the same manner that it did for Basement Boys? They've only given one pick away, which is still more than you would like, for no kills in return, but they have saved most of their resources in this one for the post-plant, but they've lost another one. Trouble goes down to the M4 on depression. Krivda does have the kit available for the retake situation, and he is making his way over towards Secret. Chill on low HP, very much vulnerable to either of these weapons, but he's trying to just buy time for his teammate, and Danny has popped up from Secret, fires away a shot, gives away his position, but it doesn't matter. The Basement Boys, they've settled into saving this round already, and they need to back away from the bomb. They will survive, most likely, as long as they aren't completely silly about this, and they aren't. But once again, the T's manage to pull off the second round win after losing the pistol. Oh wait, it's the other way round. It was Atreides? Both times? I can't believe that. Both halves they've lost the pistol, and both halves they have won the second round. So we'll see if they can manage to stave off what happened to them in the last half, which was they lost the pistol, won the second round, and then managed to lose the third round to a force buy. Basement Boys, because they saved in the last one, are going to have a pretty solid force to try and make that pattern repeat itself. 2 Famouses, A1S, MP9 on Fake Reality, and a Deagle on Trouble. We'll see if it's going to cause any trouble for Atreides, who have called a tactical timeout in what could be a turning point in this game. The first time they take the lead, I believe, just about all game, if they were to pull it off. And importantly, convert on that monetary advantage that they enjoy right now, and that they will continue to enjoy if they are to win this one. What map is it? This is Nuke. DE_Nuke. Map 1 was Inferno, and map 3, if we are to go there, which would need to be Atreides pulling off the win on this one, would be Mirage. Passive lobby set up here for Atreides. Not trying to give anything up early. Chill has made his way down Secret extremely quickly. Maybe he is trying to bait for the rest of his team, and that one kill is going to go a long way towards doing so. Krivda, after picking him up, choosing to back away, but he needs to re-clear this for his team. And with a lack of follow-up, he might be suspecting that that was just only one player there. Oh, he's gone up towards heaven, but coming back down into hell, there's 3 T's waiting for him. They are going to collect him with ease. Now, tough decision to make for Atreides. Do they lapse in towards A from heaven, or pivot back towards B? It looks like A is going to be the favoured call right now. A lot of mollies to flush out these positions. The CT players trembling in their boots. The first one goes down. Fake Reality underneath heaven drops as well. So Magant, the last one left. Famous in a dream. But I believe Krivda had the only defuse kit, and that was dropped over towards Secret. So he doesn't really have much of a choice but to save. Unfortunately for Basement Boys, they haven't managed to pull off the win that they did in the first half, which was, if anyone missed it, they forced after losing... Sorry, so they won the pistol, and then they lost round 2, and then they forced after losing round 2, and they won round 3. But this round... this half... that pattern has not continued the same way, and they are going to drop rounds 2 and 3, or they would be 14 and 15 after losing the pistol. The second and third rounds of the half, you get what I'm saying. And as a result, they have very little money. Megan really the only one with anything to speak of. Of course, the saved Famous. Fake Reality, I think that's a 5.7. Owner on a P250, maybe a P2K. It's kind of hard to tell the splats apart, but I think that's a P250. Fake Reality in an aggressive position. He's got two teammates pushing, drawing some attention over towards ramp. He's going to try and capitalize off it, and it's not going to work out. Smek somehow manages to whip 90 degrees and find that kill for himself. Goody does. I thought he was going to pick up that kill, but Smek's going to collect another one for himself. Add to the total, 14 and 8 for him. On par with Depression, and Chill survives on 1 HP. Two owners P250. So he gets to keep his AK and armor. He'll be very grateful for that in the next round. That's like $3,700 that he would no longer have. Or maybe 2,700 that one of his teammates would no longer have, as Goody has a lot more money and probably, I would think, be dropping the AK over if it were required. Putting my little tangent aside, Depression and Smek topping the scoreboards over on Atreides, who have now taken what could be a commanding lead, especially if they're to convert on this round. A lead that they didn't see much of in the first map. But one that they now have the chance to take us to map 3 with. That would be Mirage. So an important one for Basement Boys if they want to stop that from happening. The first contact looks to be Smek. Oh, towards Hut! But Megan looks away. Just the awkwardest of timings. I mean, in the end it's relatively consequential, but there could have been a kill, there could have been some info handed over. Instead, nothing's going to happen, and they're going to walk into ramp. Trouble, the only man in this position, has to get kills, and he can't do so. Danny kills him without losing so much as his HP. And there's two players down on B. Krivda finds the low HP player, swings into a second and a third. Low bullets left, but he's able to get the reload off. Goody now has to scamper away, pulls out the Molotov, but it doesn't find him. Krivda helped out by Fake Reality. They both go down to Chill, but I think the bomb might be too far away for him to pick it up and plant in time. Owner, he just has to stop him from getting this bomb down. Chill's managed to get back to the site, but Megan pops out of the single door. Shuts that nonsense down. Basement Boys, after losing their ramp hold, since they had two players already down on B, do manage to hold on to things just about. That could have been the start of a disastrous slide, but instead they find their footing, put an 8th round on the board, and give themselves a fighting chance in round 18. Fighting chance to tie up the scoreline. 2 M4s, 2 AKs, Famous on Fake Reality. Going to be required against the full buy, of course, that Atreides have access to. Depression has that AWP in hand. This is a smoke push from Fake Reality and Owner. Maybe looking to use the Famous as a bit of a sacrificial lamb. He's going to spot out Goody and take him down on his own. No help required here. Fake Reality looks to keep going, but Smek and Danny, they're shutting it down, this lobby crunch. Let's eventually see a kill from Trouble. And Megan's pushing out. He's spotted a player on top of him, but not quite ready for Chill. Coming in from, I think, the back roller door. So the bomb's going to be able to be planted on A. And now Trouble, if he wants to even go for this round, has a 1v3 ahead of him. I think they did last see him towards ramp, so they should know the possibilities in terms of where he could be coming from. Depression, I would have thought, would be posted on the trophy room angle, but briefly looking away there. Not that it's going to matter. Trouble's just tucked in behind the red box, holding onto that AK, the defuse kit, and the head armor. And the bomb is planted plenty far away from him, so he's going to survive this one, I believe, with relative ease. It's interesting actually, because he's so far at the back of the ramp, he's showing on the top half of our little mini map here. But it's actually got him positioned incorrectly, as if he was still on the bottom one. So he's like, it looks like he's outside, but he was actually, you know, about as far away from there as you possibly could be. And Atreides find double digits off the back of that failed lobby crunch, which looked to have so much promise, especially after Fake Reality found that first kill on the FAMAS. Everything just kind of collapsed, and now Basement Boys in a bit of a dire position, or holding on to their map pick of Nuke. Ladder footstep heard, but Chill from outside has managed to find a kill. Smek inside of hut gets a kill as well. Trouble pushed through single door, eventually gets taken down after finding two of his own. A bit of sensory overload there for me. I just kind of lost track of what was going on, to be completely honest with you. But in the end, what we have is a 2 versus 3 for Krivda and Owner. A USP and an MP9 in hand. Opts to drop the weaker weapon in favor of the AK. He does have the armor, but he needs to find the kills here, Owner. They don't have a defuse kit, at least not immediately. Needing to pick one off of a dead body if they are to do so, and they're not going to get close to that far as Depression and Danny shut it down. Put themselves on 11, just one away from map point, one away if they were to get there to map point, that is. That would be one away from a decider map. It's getting a little late here in the good old AUS, Oz, Australia, down under. I'm doing my best, guys. I'm trying to hold it together for you. Atreides are holding it together pretty well. After dropping map 1, you know, they come back on their opponent's map pick. They only have a 6-6 half on their CT side, not exactly an ideal one in terms of Nuke. And right now they're finding themselves up 3 rounds in a very, very decent position in terms of closing this one out. Everything invested for the Basement Boys. If they drop this one, they are going to be in a world of hurt. They do have the loss bonus, so if they can secure a couple of kills, they'll be able to buy up M4s at the very least for the next one. But either way, it's not going to be a comfortable round. So they'll be trying their very hardest to hold on to it here, and Trouble has already made the opening incision with the AWP. 5 versus 4 found at a crucial time for Basement Boys. And they need to convert on it. The remaining 4 players on Atreides planning on a bit of a move towards outside. Mech drops his way down on top of Mini. Woody over towards Red Crate already. There's no one really in that good of a position to hold this off. I mean, Fake Reality is already down Secret. But, I mean, right now they have no vision, no info of what the T's are doing, so you can see why they're not repositioning too hastily. Trouble posted on this line in hut with the AWP. Such a committed angle. If you don't hit the first shot, you are most assuredly a goner. Next, still on top of hut. The rest of his team make their way out single door, which I think was blown open earlier in the round. Maggot spotted out from on top of rafters, gets taken down for nothing. Trouble, I think his AWP scope was heard inside of hut because they're very ready for that position. And Atreides, they're going to get this bomb plant now. 3 versus 2 to put them on map point. Take themselves one away from sending us to Mirage. And Krivda and Fake Reality need to shut it down. Krivda finds the first of 3, but Danny quickly trades them back. So Fake Reality now has 2 kills ahead of him, and he doesn't have a kit. And with that, he's going to opt for the save. He knows that this AWP is available outside. Going to be picking that one up. Most assuredly, it's going to be dropped over to Trouble. And speaking of Trouble, It's written all over Basement Boys right now as their cash is screwed, for lack of a better word. I mean, just looking at the totals here, Fake Reality's got a rifle, Trouble's got the AWP, and the rest are going to be left with whatever they can cobble together. Owner has the FAMAS Magent, an MP7 is weapon of choice, and Krivda has been working with that MP9 for most of the game, so he's going to pick that one up for himself. Trouble has the only defuse kit here for Basement Boys, so were they to find themselves in a post plant, he would need to be the man on the job. It's going to be a straight outside push here for Atreides. They have no fear. They want to close this one out here and now, and it's not going their way. Owner and Fake Reality finding 1 kill each. They get the man advantage. Fake Reality did go down, but 3 players left on Atreides. Danny ready to receive this lobby push. It's 3 players. Basement Boys grouping up here. And they will be getting this fight if they're to hang around, but it looks like they're wanting to hang back into some less committed positions, except for Krivda on the SMG. Needs to find these close range fights, and Danny's going to swing into him on the timing, but he misses the first shot. Krivda gets away with murder there as he finds a kill for himself on a timing that he never should have been able to win. Smek walking out of hut is going to be dealt with as well, so it's just depression on the AWP. 30 seconds on the clock, no bomb. Surely you'd be thinking the save is the best option you have. And it looks like he has come to that conclusion as well. So Basement Boys keep themselves alive. They find 9 rounds here on Nuke and secure a little more hope for their CT side. Eventually, I mean, if they can keep this up, which, you know, it remains to be seen, but if they can, it'll be a broken Atreides economy before long, and then we'll have a much more interesting game on our hands. But for now, Atreides, the coffers, you know, they're still pretty stocked in terms of cash. But sooner or later, that's going to run out. 3 rounds left of regulation. Basement Boys, of course, need to win all 3 if they want to send us to the overtime. Atreides, meanwhile, looking to pick up that 1 round. 1 is all they need, and that's surely on their minds right now. Such a difficult mental battle as a player, not to let that feeling of how close you are to the win creep into your mind. I think Maggot spotted Smek from on top of hut there. Brings him very, very low, but still alive. This fight may be coming Trouble's way on a timing he's not ready for. Oh, he hits the flick! Chill from inside the vent doesn't land a headshot, and he suffers for it severely. That could have been the game. Atreides now left in a 2 versus 5. Off an unforced error. I can't believe Trouble is still alive in this round. Even less that he managed to get that kill. Goody and Danny still fighting, still trying. 40 seconds to go. And Danny has the bomb on his back, looking to make some headway on A. He gets spotted by Maggot though, and tagged up just a little bit, but it's enough for those M4s to become lethal. Pops the flash out. His teammate from inside the single door does manage to find one. Goody now needed the clutch, and it was realistically never going to happen. Not enough time, not enough bullets, not enough headshots. Basement Boys double digits. And KD-wise, Depression finds himself on top of the scoreboard. As you can see, that little scoreboard on my HUD is sorted by KD ratio, not total kill count. So even though Owner is on 14, just 1 behind Goody, or not Goody, sorry, Depression. He finds himself way down the board as lots of people have a 1 KD in this game. Somehow. Fake Reality, we've seen him play aggressively in this single door smoke before. Looks to be a little more cautious in this one, as Danny on the other side of it has taken up a position. His buddy Smek joining him on the opposing side, or the opposite side. Manages to peek out and get the kill, and now the explosion comes. Magan so blind on this Rafters position, and Ona's helping out from Mini. He has to do everything. Ona has 3 kills for himself. Will it be enough? The last 2 players, Basement Boys, fighting to stay alive, fighting for overtime. Goody brought low by the nade, and Trouble finishes him off. So 11 rounds for Basement Boys, and Atreides, their money is broken. 3 players below $3,000. Goody doesn't have enough for the AK armor either. Chill the only one with the Kalashnikov available. I mean, we've seen the force buys work in this map, but with overtime on the line. With map 3 waiting in the wings, Atreides, they need to pull this one off if they want to take it there immediately. Working on outside is Chill. He's been tagged up either by a rifle or by some nades. Coming out of A simultaneously are his teammates. Goody gets the trade on Magent. And Hectic Scenes ends up 3 versus 3. Ona from Mini finds the first kill, similar to last round. It leaves Goody in the 1 versus 2. He's got 3 kills on the board already. This would have to be the ace clutch to close this out in 24 rounds. The last 2 players, Trouble and Fake Reality, looking to link up. They do not want to give this one away, not in a silly fashion, at the very least. Looking to play the trades is the smart option. Zonic's Law, Bogdan's Law, that would be. In effect, as Fake Reality gets the AWP dropped over. Goody is just playing the time card here, opting to sit inside the single door and just wait for some sort of overreaction. One that doesn't look likely to be coming, at least not anytime soon, from the Basement Boys, and so he is going to eventually make the move out towards A, creeping out of the hut. Goody, the plant might be possible here. Fake Reality, unless he shoots right up that ladder, isn't going to have the timing, but Trouble does spot him. The molly drops into heaven and the plant is going to go down. Trouble waiting for his teammate, playing patience, playing the time, eventually does get peeked, and he's going to take him down. Goody, a valiant effort. The last 2 players just low enough, but he doesn't get there, so we have overtime. Oh, Basement Boys, I almost can't believe they kept themselves alive. I mean, just going back to that round where Trouble was on the stairs near double door, you thought it was so over. Hill had him dead to rights. He was in the vent. You have to wonder what happened. Like, how did he not get that kill? Did Ona, like, uncrouch or something? Like, it's almost beyond belief that he didn't headshot him immediately. I imagine that one will be a store memory for Chill in the demo review, if they are to go back over happenings of this game. It's an important one, you know. Challenger League is not exactly a nothing tournament, especially not the cups. Your chance at Pro League is on the line. Ona towards the red crate isn't hearing these 3 players shifting around behind him. So for the first time in a long time, it's 4 T's down secret. The only one here is Trouble, and an AWP flick is not going to be enough to keep him alive in this one. He can't even land the first shot, so he goes down. Krivda now, the only one down on B, has to hold this bomb site all on his own. He's got no support. Nobody else is here. He's lost a teammate elsewhere on the map, and he doesn't even find the first kill under pressure. Atreides, after dropping 4 straight to get to overtime, have put together a very convincing looking first T-side round. Fake Reality, I think, is he going to save? I mean, I guess he has the AK. It's not like unthinkable, but come on, man, it's overtime. Yeah, and he gets punished. Thank you, Goody. That wouldn't have happened if he went for it. Depression was only 3 health. Honestly, that one was well within the realm of possibility if he actually tried. Maybe his teammates were in his ear. You know what? I'm not going to put it all on him. I'm going to put it on his team. You guys should have told him to go for that one. And if you didn't, shame on you. Not really. Just kidding. Don't send any hate to the players, guys. I should make that very clear. Not that I think anyone's particularly, going off just what I say, but at the very least, I'm glad to see that the attempt at saving got punished by Goody. This ramp push has come through once again very successfully as they get the first 2 entries, only losing one of their own. The lobby push gets shut down as well. So now Trouble and Magent have a 2 versus 4 lined up. Trouble has already made it down to B. It's not a bad angle with the AWP, but he's going to do well to get more than one. They're reconsidering even. Hesitating for a moment are Atreides. Trouble does eventually get the first kill, but his teammates waited just long enough to get out and secure that trade. So Magent now in a 1 versus 3. No chance, he gets shut down immediately by Smek. And Atreides put number 14 in their favor. Basement Boys, it's hard to really fathom. Like, they were doing so well here. They pulled it all the way back. They won like, what, 4 or 5 straight rounds? You can't see it on the timeline. They put together a good string to send us here. And for at least the first 2 rounds of overtime, it was looking like they weren't going to be putting up much of a fight. But finally, they do find an opening kill. It's traded back, but something goes the way of the Basement Boys here in round 27. And a conversion required to pick up a single CT side round needs to be their salvation, you would think, on our map 2 of Nuke. Atreides once again match point or map point on the tip of their tongues. It's a very, very reminiscent play of the last round. 4 players down secret, but this time Krivda's behind them. He's not going to be there in time to get the kill, but he is going to get the information. Outside is completely clear. I think lobby has to have been cleared out as well by this point. And so you would think they have to have an inkling of what's going on. Krivda is eventually making his way down behind them. I'm not sure if he's going to catch the timing. The slower they go, the better his chances will be. Depression somehow gets to the angle with the AWP, but he switches at the wrong time and goes down. A bit of a travesty play. The molly is going to allow Goody to recover that bomb, but the CTs have also managed to have enough time to rotate down towards B. Fake Reality picks up one for himself. Traded back though. Trouble with the AWP. Scopes in, finds the kill, and Goody goes down to it as well. So Basement Boys do manage to pick up a single CT side round in this first half of overtime. That keeps their hopes that little bit more alive that they can close this out. I mean, potentially in this overtime. It's unlikely though. And I would imagine at least probably thinking more about pushing this to overtime too. Keeping our marathon going. Which I have to say my vocal cords are not so happy about. But for the viewers at home, you know, absolute cinema. I need to set up 7 TV emotes in my chat so you guys can drop those at any time. The Basement Boys now talking over their strategy for this first overtime round of their T side. Using that one timeout. Atreides, I don't believe actually used theirs. They might have at the start of overtime and I just didn't notice. But as far as I'm aware, they still have it available if they wanted to pull that card. So here we go. Basement boys looking to tie things up, put 14 on the board. Find that ever so unlikely T-side nuke round. It's Smack through the single door, blows open the smoke. He's walked past one, and he somehow gets away with it. Fake Reality now looking to punish. He's made it down the vent. The footstep surely heard Depression. Now here's the call out. He's behind you, but he doesn't get the scope up in time. Fake Reality takes him down. Smack manages to find one for himself, and Dan on the ramp hold gets 4 kills. Sorry, I thought Smack got a kill. I think he actually might have team killed somebody. And that's what I was seeing in the kill feed. Because just looking at it, Basement Boys only have 2 kills and they're both on Fake Reality, and there are 3 CTs that are dead. So it's actually Danny who's done all the hard work on the ramp hold. 4 kills on the M4A4 spray. And now Fake Reality needs to clutch up. This time he is going to go for it. AK-47 in hand. He spots Goody's shoulder, but he makes a footstep. Now they know. The doubt gone in their minds. Dan's so low. He does manage to pick him up, but Goody goes down. Sorry, Goody gets the trade, I should say, and puts Atreides on 15. Once again, they find that map point. Mirage, just 1 round win away. They had 4 chances at it earlier, and now they have at least another 2. This would be such a mental... how do you describe that? Mental setback, I guess, for Atreides if they were to drop these 2 and go to overtime too. I mean, you fumble 6 map points. That doesn't happen every day. The boost to get trouble on top of this box nice and early, unfortunately for them, isn't going to yield any results besides looking really cool. Depression actually has the AWP. He's playing aggressively with this in secret. Looks like he might be popping his head up, going to have a look-see outside. Trouble drops the Molotov. That's going to force him away. Footsteps made, but I don't believe anyone was in a position to hear them. So, all 5 still alive for both teams thus far. Nade blows open the smoke, but Trouble's safe for now. It's going to be the AWP duel in secret. Depression versus Trouble. Trouble takes him down. 2 of humanity's biggest blights, Depression and Trouble. And apparently Trouble comes out on top. Maybe it's a little more broad of a concept. Goody finds the fight with Owner, but Owner's so quick on that adjustment with the AK. It's an instant headshot. Brings us 5 versus 3, and now Chill, unfortunately for him, not ready for Owner. Smack activating from secret. Does manage to get one, but he's taken down as well. Dan from Heaven. Just as unable. So Basement Boys pick up 14. And once again, we are still going. I feel like I'm going to keep saying this at this rate. But, I mean, Basement Boys, once again, overtime 2 on the line. Once again, Atreides, map 3 on the line. This time, will they pull through? They do have enough for the buy, barely. Depression and Goody almost running out of money, but they have just about enough to buy up everything they need. Once again, it's a barrage of smokes in the early round. I think there's 7 across the map right now. Aggressive positioning towards ramp from Danny. Lots of confidence, and for good reason. The last time they challenged him in this position, he did pick up 4 kills. That molly, maybe not ideally positioned, but it's allowed him to push up and take a little more space than he otherwise might have. Crived on top of the ladder. I thought he was in lobby there. They are just sneaking around outside right now. Trouble and friends. There's actually nobody on the CT side who can even get the info that this is happening. So it's 4 players down secret. Krivda being left on his lonesome. Now Basement Boys. This is so good for them. There is no one on B. Nobody on B for Atreides. They're so convinced this is going to be a late A hit. At least for now. The only player ramp is Danny. And he is far, far away from a position where he can deny anything here. So as the B bomb site take comes out, Danny is left holding ramp. Unfortunately for him, he's going to come up empty-handed as the bomb plan is going to go down for free. We have a 5 versus 5 retake situation. Krivda on the lurk in single door finds his first kill. 2 more available to him as the other 2 make their way down ramp. Depression and Goody, they need to flush him out, and they do eventually manage to do so, but not before Fake Reality takes down Chill on ramp. Depression finds a second kill. Now it's 3 on 3. Danny, activating from ramp, finds one. Trouble and Owner in the 2 versus 3 to hold this down, to send us to OT2. The bomb is ticking out of time, and Owner and Trouble do it. Overtime 2. To be honest, at this point, I'm kind of hoping for a Basement Boys win because it's getting late. But, you know, I'm not going to abandon you guys. I'm taking us to map 3 if we need to go there. But we'll have to get through this one first, as right now these 2 teams, they are just neck and neck in terms of skill and, more importantly, in terms of round wins. Dominant rounds from Basement the last 2? Yeah, I mean, hard to argue with you there. They look very much solid. But, you know, so did Atreides on their team side, so I don't even know what to say right now. I guess just sit back and enjoy the CS, guys, you know? This is a quality game right here. Looks like there's going to be a tech pause, a little chance for us to all collectively breathe a sigh, a deep sigh. Grab a snack maybe, get some popcorn for this, bro. Fill up your drink. Chance for me to catch my breath. I would open the chat to show you guys what they're saying, but yeah, that's what happens. It's just so that like I don't accidentally leak the IP of the game or any other sensitive information, which is probably good. But it also means that, oh wait, I guess I could, hold on. I fucked up the command. Oh, it's underscore, okay. Not 2. There we go. Okay, unpause. Tech. Okay. I thought there would be some explanation as to what's going on. Leaked IP would be rough. Okay, sorry. I should clarify. It's the CSTV IP. I don't have the actual IP of the server. There is a 240-second delay on this, so obviously so that no one can stream snipe or get spoiled. So don't worry, leaked IP wouldn't be that bad, but I am supposed to keep the GoTV private. You can apply, by the way, on the ESL website for, if you want to do anything like this, you can cast these games for yourself, watch them live. If you just send in an application, just give them some reasons as to why you want to watch the games, or presumably would be a community broadcaster, you can do that. That's what I'm doing. And right now I'm having a very good time as we are finally, at last, after that short tech pause, underway in round 31. Maybe this was not such a rare thing in CSGO, but in CS2 it's something we see far less often. Krivda towards the trophy room, finds 1 kill, but is he ready for the lobby push? Still, oh, gives up his position just a little bit too early, and now Krivda's ready for it. The flashbangs, though, do prove too much for him to handle. So eventually Atreides win back the man advantage. Goody from inside the hut finds both those kills with the A1S. Links together the headshots in a beautiful fashion. And leaves Trouble in the 1-on-4. We have seen some pretty impressive looking stuff from him with the AWP so far. It'll need to be a big highlight if he wants to pull off this round. He's going to get the first one onto Depression, over towards CT. Player on top of Hut Smek. It's a difficult angle to clear out, especially with the AWP. He does get the spot though, and he finds the kill. Brought low, 30 HP. Trouble pulls out the Glock and he finds the third. I can't believe he's doing this, and he's correctly guessed the position of Chill if he just turns around, but he doesn't do so. So Atreides just about keep things together. An almost incredible clutch for Trouble. He is the thorn in the side of Atreides right now. But still, the scoreline reads 16-15. And so far, I mean, at least in terms of the rounds, this is looking like the same as the first OT, where Atreides picked up the first two. We'll see if they can once again repeat that pattern. Fake Reality does have the option of going down the vent available, and he's going to take it. The flashbang's masking the sound, so his position maybe not accounted for. The rest of his team, meanwhile, exploding out of ramp. Krivda's found the first kill, but they haven't cleared Chill. The trigger discipline is huge. He picks up 2 kills just about for free, and Depression arrives in time with the AWP. So Trouble, although he does find one trade back, doesn't have the bomb. And now Goody and Chill in a fantastic position to hold this off. The smoke does deny the vision for now, and Fake Reality finds a kill over towards Secret, so the round isn't over yet. Trouble still has to recover that bomb though. The key objective of the round. Left stranded. And now the last two T-side players, they can link up together. Meanwhile, Atreides assembled the boost. Chill. This is such a impossible position almost to clear out. Goody with a bit of a strange off angle, but it can pay off sometimes. Trouble does shoulder peek into it, and he finds the info for his teammate. Fake Reality successful on the trade, but he's surely not going to clear the boost. And there it is. Chill picks him up. Atreides find round number 17. How many channel points do I have to redeem for your CS inventory? I don't know. A lot. Looks like a long day in the office for you. Yeah, at this rate, bro. My goodness. To be honest, I forget that I even have channel points. But you know, I guess they're there. Forget what the rewards are, but feel free to redeem them if you really want to. I don't think they have one that's that I have one that's you get my whole inventory, which to be honest is not that much. My knife is a gut knife safari, not safari mesh, boreal forest. If anyone was wondering, Chill looks to be the man with impact once again, popping out of Secret, but he does get traded this time. 1 kill found is not a bad outcome. But it certainly could have been better. Smek now pushing through lobby, not expecting this player to be right on top of him, and he loses his teammate in single door. He's not going to clear the angle, and he's traded back. Sorry, taken out by Krivda. So now Depression and Danny to deny Basement Boys their single T-side round once again. 2 versus 4 required. The first kill is found by Depression, but both players give away their position. The nade does land a lot of damage onto Fake Reality, but he manages to survive with the jump, so the bomb travels into the A site. Depression positions back towards Heaven. He has the defuse kit. If he goes down... sorry, Danny has one as well. So it's not as consequential as I thought. And Fake Reality does take out Danny. So Basement Boys find 16. You've been following since 2021? Damn, bro. Respect. You must have followed for a Geometry Dash, I guess. I don't even think I streamed CS in 2021. I guess that... Oh, there was a period where I had, like, my Twitch in my... Like, that was my Steam name. So, I guess you could have followed me from there. But... For anyone that doesn't know, on this channel I used to stream Geometry Dash, which is why my, like, channel points icon is what it is. And like why that sub emote is what it is. Obviously now I'm more focused on CS casting, but I figure I'd keep that little bit of channel heritage alive. Speaking of keeping things alive, this game is still going, as Basement Boys find themselves a single round down going into the second half of our second overtime. Little bit of utility shuffling going on. A bit of an outside play. Chill, making his way through the smoke with a knife out. Manages to get to Garage unnoticed. He does have a prime opportunity if he can find the back of one of these players. Owner in that corner behind him peeks out and they get traded. So it's 1-for-1, but the rest of the team meanwhile has made their way down secret. The distraction is sufficient. Danny, left alone towards lobby, is going to be able to try and pick off these players as they rotate through to the lower bomb site, provided the bomb does go down there, which would seem likely. Trouble is the only one here. He does have the AWP, and we know what he can do with it. One amazing highlight earlier, one almost highlight. Oh, but he gets off the angle at the worst time. That's going to allow Depression to take up this position, and he spots him out as well. So Trouble's smoked off. He's not going to be able to do anything about this bomb plant. Blowing the smoke open could help, but he doesn't get to peek it. So the bomb is going to go down. 2 players towards the ramp. Actually, it's going to be all 4. It's a 4 ramp retake for Basement Boys. 4 players also still alive for Atreides. A battle for the ages to take place on the B-bomb site. And the first one to fall is no one just yet, but it is Smek finding the first kill. Krypta goes down as well, and now Trouble, all of a sudden, 1 versus 4 once again, finds the first 2 kills once again. Smek on low HP, he gets it with the no-scope. He has the defuse kit now. Trouble makes his way to the bomb, fires off the no-scope into the double doors. My goodness. If Danny was just a little closer, that could have been the most ridiculous clutch I've ever seen. But instead it's Atreides. Once again, this is the 3rd time that they're in this position. They've found map point, not match. We still have a 3rd map waiting in the wings. That's Mirage. I cannot believe it. Basement Boys once again need to find 2 rounds back to back. They've been in this position twice before. So I don't doubt that they can do it, but they have to do it again. And it's a straight A hit. Atreides, they are just running out. Maggot, so blind from on top of the side, and he is dead already. Atreides, they're looking to take this to map 3 right here, right now. Fake Reality and Owner. The last 2 left alive in the 2 versus 4. Smoke blown open. Fake Reality trying to get one. Owner goes down after 1, and Depression gets him through the smoke, so Atreides finally take map 2 Nuke. That's Basement Boys' map pick, and they are going to send us to map 3 Mirage. I can't quite believe it. The fans can't quite believe it. Everyone is going mental. And I will see you back here for map 3 in approximately 5 to 10 minutes. Make sure to go get a glass of water or something, guys. And I'll see you back here soon. Okay, I think they are about to start the knife round. Just in time. Sorry, for my sake. Just bear with me for a minute, guys. We still got... Sorry. Still got 4 seconds until the knife round starts. Oh, damn it. What did I do wrong? You know what? It's fine. Let's just go to the gameplay. Bam. Transition. Is it working? No, it's completely fucked. What have I done? Good? Yes? Maybe? Hold on. There we go. Okay, sorry. Totally fluffed the knife round, but it's okay. I don't think anyone cares too much, I hope. Anyway, looks like Atreides won, presumably, because they're on the CT side. Usually teams like to pick the CT side of Mirage. Here we go. Back at the grindstone after that absolute slog that was map 2 Nuke. Double overtime for anyone that missed it, or for anyone that missed the graphic that was on screen just now. And so Basement Boys, after taking map 1, I would say, not really a choke. They never really had like a huge lead on Nuke. We'll see if they fare any better here on Mirage, and the first kill does go their way. So they made their way into the A-bomb site. Danny has to hold them back from CT and can't get anything. Shill now smoked off, finds the first headshot though. The post plant is not secured yet for Basement Boys. There's no defuse kit on the CTs, and Smek finds one from stairs with the dualies, but quickly traded back. So 2 versus 3 now. Depression and Shill making their way in from the CT boxes. It's Owner from heaven. This angle not expected whatsoever, but Fake Reality picks up the first kill and Owner gets the second. So Basement Boys pick up the pistol round here on Mirage. Impressive stuff, I have to say. So hopefully they should be able to convert on this without too much trouble. There has been, at least on Nuke, some struggle in this series in terms of converting the pistol rounds into round 2 wins. Mostly on account of forces by the other team, and that is in fact what we're going to be seeing from Atreides. 2 MP9s, upgraded pistols for the rest. It's a short push. They flashed over the top. Depression and Smek. Smek goes down. Goody goes down in bottom mid, but Depression finds one with the 5-7. Backed up by Danny now. They're pushing towards Fake Reality at top mid, who's low on HP, and Danny is going to pick him up. Not before taking down Depression though, so 2 versus 3. Once again, the same situation as the last round, but this time, Danny and Chill maybe a little more incentive to save. Chill's already low on HP, and neither of them have defuse kits once again. All 3 Ts already positioned in towards CT. It's certainly not an easy round to win, and an even easier round to justify saving in. Danny looking to maintain that AK-47, a one-shot headshot potential, of course, for Atreides in the next one. And you would presume that the rest of the team is going to force around it once again. I guess the Save Galils and Mac 10 are not the worst opposition to force up against. But you'll be thinking that the rest of the team are going to be working with somewhat dodgy weaponry. I feel like, I think that was Ono who went down at the end there. I could be wrong though. Either way, I feel like getting that kill is not as impactful as you maybe would like. Although they are buying Galils again. I was going to say maybe those players you kill are going to look to buy up better weapons than they had before, but at least for now it's not the case. So 2 AKs, 2 Galils and a Mac 10 is the buy for Basement Boys. Meanwhile over on Atreides, 2 MP9s, the rest on rifles. The saved AK of course in the hands of Danny. So we'll see if he can make it sing. He is the lone defender on the A-bomb site, and right now all 5 Basement Boys players are looking to hit it. They are throwing these smokes in straight away. 10 seconds into the round and already Danny is feeling the pressure, feeling the burn. There's a player right behind them already. Danny, he's getting taken down by Krivda, who's already seeing his teammate Fake Reality in the CT smoke. Sorry, that's not Fake Reality. What is happening? It's Krivda who's getting the kills. Fake Reality? No? Okay, I don't know where I saw his name. Maybe he got an assist. Either way, Owner's dead, Danny got him. But everyone else still alive.
Crypto's still going. He's on 3. He's on for the ace right now. And he finds the 4th as well. My god, that's a clean headshot. Goody, the last one left. Everyone's hunting him down. They want the ace, I'm sure, for Crypto. Not the most important of things, but never hurts to get it. And Maggot is going to pick it up. Swinging in, he gets dinked by the M4, but manages to survive the encounter. So nothing saved for Atreides. And Basement Boys, they are starting off strong. This is, I guess, it feels like forever, but the first time since map 1 that we've seen the first 3 rounds of a half go so one-sided. Even including the overtimes, by the way. In case that was a doubt on anyone's mind. Depression missing the jump up the short. Oh, he would have had it on the second time, but opts to fall away. And it might be the right call, as Basement Boys are stacked outside of A. It's only a horse. No, it's an eco, really. Danny in the smoke with the deagle finds 2, though! Criminal act. Speaking of criminal, how has Goody gone away with that with the 5-7? Danny is still alive here at A main. Trouble has the bomb and he finally finds that kill. Depression just about manages to sneak out and grab the AK. Might not be expected already on this default position. It looks like they have some wariness of the bomb site. And Smek is going to be blocked off in jungle, so for now it's just Depression to hold his own. Owner and Trouble maybe sitting for a second, reconsidering. Owner's gonna clear this angle, but Depression catches him on the timing. Walking towards Under Palace, he manages to find that kill, and now Trouble, an impossible crossfire to play against. He finds the first kill and he correctly anticipates climbing up the ladder. Depression, he needs to hold this together, and he does manage to do so with the AK. Oh my goodness, that makes the third almost incredible highlight for Trouble, and the third one that does not go his way in the end. Oh, you just have to feel bad for that man. He's putting up such impressive looking plays and almost doing it, almost going all the way, but unfortunately 0 for 3 so far in terms of converting those highlights into round wins. Here he has the signature weapon, the AWP. Fires on the timing as he was full blind, so Goody survives for now, but he's going to swing back in. Ooh, he actually gets away before they assemble the boost. Keeps himself alive for later on in this round. Danny once again is positioned aggressively towards A main. Looking to replicate his earlier successes with the Deagle in that position. Except this time with far stronger weaponry. The AK, of course, is going to be, you would think, a lot easier to find those headshots with than a Deagle with just 7 bullets and much lower fire rate. But we'll see. It looks like he is going to be tested. The Basement Boys are making their way towards him. One player, that's Krivda, positioned in the palace. One owner over towards the underpass. He drops that smoke from close range, so they are aware that there's a player not far away. Owner, I don't know if he got burned, but they seem to have some caution of his position. Danny, full blind, but he's not spotted immediately. Megan, I think, did he get team killed there? I'm not sure what's happening, to be honest. Yeah, it must have been, because there's only 1 kill on Atreides right now, but there's 2 dead on Basement Boys. So I think Maggot team killed Fake Reality. Goody from on top of stairs doesn't manage to deny the plant, but the round is all but over as Krivda in Tetris is going to go down as well. So Atreides put their second one on the board, and I'm almost dismayed to say that they are keeping this game close. It looks to be a marathon for me, a marathon for the players, certainly. And funnily enough, it's 1 kill across the board for everyone on Atreides except Danny, who had his would-be kill stolen by Maggot. So, that's funny. Sorry guys, I gotta take a second every now and then to catch my breath at this point, because I've just been talking for too long. This game has been too exciting. which is, you know, as far as problems you can have with casting a CS game, that's a pretty good one. So I'm not going to complain too much, but if you hear me maybe dropping off the commentary in terms of either frequency or energy, or just like sighing, taking a deep breath every now and then, just know that's why. I got no co-caster to help me out here, man. I think that nade hit. I thought for a second it was a team stab, but fake reality just got chunked by the HE. I think Trouble spotted the elbow here, so he is aware that Danny's on stairs. He's gonna get mollied off as he loses his teammate Krivda to the AWP. Chill on short gets tagged up by the pistols, and that's gonna allow them to take a little more positioning out of middle here. Trying the supportive utility. Looks to help out Goody in depression. Goody with a decent opportunity to cut them off, and he does manage to find one. So the numbers once again drop for Basement Boys. Trouble still in Palace. He was spotted here, feels like about 30 seconds ago in the round. And he has not made much of an effort to get out of there. And eventually he is going to go down to Depression's AWP, leaving his two teammates with just the Deagles, and any second now Magent is going to swing out and meet a Danny headshot. There it is. Perfect cast, perfect prediction. Atreides perfect in that round, no deaths. I guess not perfect because Chill did take a fair bit of damage, but I digress. Our scoreline reads 3-3. Depression topping the KD leaderboard over there on the left. A fast short push here for the Basement Boys, using the last of the money that they have available to them. Magent's already made it all the way up. On top of Con was... sorry, that was Magent. It was Fake Reality who's made it all the way up short. And we find ourselves 2 versus 3. Depression and Danny faced with what's likely to be a post plant, but the molly denies it at least for now. Trouble brought very low by that one. And importantly buys Danny a lot of time to come in towards short. Now may be able to support a retake effort. Depression with an ambitious wallbang. Not going to pay off for him, unfortunately. Danny, ooh, the smoke has a gap. And inviting one at that. He's going to use it to his advantage to make his way out. False reality on the angle. Not ready for him, but Depression and Danny do both go down to Trouble and Owner respectively. So Basement Boys put a stop to the Atreides 3-round trend and win back one for themselves. Keeps their economy afloat in the process. To be honest, as this goes on, I'm going to turn into more of a color caster and less of a play-by-play, because I simply do not have the bravado required for that. But, you know, if something cool happens, then I'll try and set up, make things interesting. Basement Boys looking to make things interesting, leaving Fake Reality all alone actually. Oh, not all alone. He's got back up in the form of Trouble. But just as quickly, things get less interesting as they fall away. Danny ready to receive Krivda out of Palace if he was to come, but he's backing off for now, so... or not. Meanwhile, taking a fat chunk of damage from that nade. He does spot the jump spot. Smek getting a little overzealous double jumping there. Could have easily cost him, as we know how sharp Owner's aim has been in this series. Some brutal AK headshots have been coming out from him. But maybe after, to continue with the sharpness analogy, after significant use, the blade becomes dull. A lot of smoke's dropped in towards bottom con, so Basement Boys not being subtle about where the motion is coming in this round. Of course it's going to be up short. 4 players now. Magent backed up by his friend Fake Reality. Aim out the player on site, and Trouble, they lose him through the smoke on con. So as the AWP dropped behind them, it's It's just the AKs that have to do the job in this one. Magent now finally finds that first kill and the second onto Chill. Puts Depression and Danny into the 2 versus 3 retake. Once again, this is the exact same position similar to last round, except this time Depression coming from short instead of apps, and Danny has been rotated over towards market. But in terms of weaponry, it is the same. And in terms of outcome, it's the same as well, as Basement Boys managed to shut them both down without losing anyone. Give themselves a 5th round, and I think that's the economy of Atreides just about broken. Goody has enough for the hero rifle, but he doesn't even have head armor, so vulnerable to the double Mac 10 buy of Krivda and Owner. Basement Boys have correctly read the economy here, and they are looking to capitalize, make some cash for themselves with those $600 kill reward weapons. Owner's just going to be running straight down short. For anyone that's getting confused, because to be honest, I'm thinking it myself, it's Owner with an R. It's just my Australian accent. I don't say the R very much. If I was American, it would be much more clear. Owner. But speaking of him, he's found one of the first 2 kills with the Mac 10, picks up a second one for his troubles. Anyway, the point I was making was that it sounds like Owner Pixel. But obviously... well, maybe not obviously. For anyone that doesn't know, Owner Pixel isn't a Ukrainian and he's not playing on Basement Boys. At least to my knowledge. So Goody's hero rifle looks to be saved. Aware of Magent's position with the flashbang. Doesn't manage to find the kill. So nothing saved for Atreides besides their money, of course. Which they have plenty of. I say plenty, it's enough for a buy, but nothing exorbitant. They might not actually have the AWP on Depression. So yeah, 5 rifles. Trouble has the AWP in hand. Pretty reasonable amount of money being built up now for the Basement Boys side of things. After finding the first 3 rounds in a row, they, dropped 3 in a row, and now they're back to winning 3 in a row. So we'll see if Atreides can buck the trend, or rather keep the trend going of winning 3 rounds after Basement Boys do. Taking aggressive positioning over towards B. He's already found the first kill, quick on the second, not quick enough on the third. Smek eventually gets the trade back, but it is the man advantage still for Basement Boys. And despite that player advantage, they haven't taken as much space on the map as maybe you would have liked. I think, who's that? Krivda has managed to lurk his way out onto Palace. I don't even know how he managed to find that kill onto... I missed which player it was. Onto somebody. And meanwhile, Goody has found one... Is that bottom mid where the bombs dropped? How have they let that happen? That is... It feels like certainly a mistake from Basement Boys, just really walking right into that one and handing the bomb over when B was completely unoccupied. Maybe he was trying to make his way to lowers or short. I really just can't say what the thought process is there. Regardless, Goody and Smek now have the task of holding down this bomb. Goody is going to be burned out by the Molotov, but Trouble doesn't punish the jump out. Makes his way into lowers. They are aware of that. Magent. Footsteps heard in the ladder room. Smek running out of bullets though, uses the last 2, finishes off that kill, and Goody catches the jump from Magent mid-air. 10 HP remaining. Atreides pull this one off, and for now at least, little timeline game continues as we go 3 for 3 for 3. Even the middle of both was a explosion and diffusal respectively, so just going off pattern recognition, you would think this is going to be win by elimination, win by elimination, win by elimination, but we'll see. Maybe I'm just reading too far into it. Maybe I'm cluster cursing this trend. We'll see what happens. Ooh, Fake Reality catches the I might have blown that open. There's a player lurking in the bottom con smoke. And trouble as well from, I think that's A main with the AWP. Hill is going to be heard burning in that Molotov, so his position aware. Smek on short does manage to find one. Depression pulling nades, pulling his knife. Not the play in that situation. Chill surrounded by a pack of enemies. He is filled as well. And not ready for Owner on the other side of the smoke. Smek goes down in ladder room, so Basement Boys put 7 on the scoreboard. And with it, they break Atreides' money once again. And there it is. You know, as soon as I started talking about this pattern in detail, of course it collapses. So, there you go. Can I bet my Lotes points on this game? No. I can't be bothered doing predictions every map, I'm sorry. Maybe if I had mods. But I also don't have money to pay mods. Depression has money to pay for this MP9 apparently. Used just about everything he had to afford it, but it's bought him 2 kills already. Picks up the AK, he finds trouble through the smoke. 3 kills in the force buy for Depression. And a 4th one found for Chill in mid. Puts them in such a good position. How has Danny not seen him? How have they not seen him? Did they see? Okay, he finally noticed. My god. I was like, I was really shocked that Krivda wasn't immediately spotted on top of the rafters there, but they do eventually take him out. So Atreides with that, you know, really weak last round buy. I mean, they only had enough, like, I think it was like 2,000 or something dollars on each of the players. They buy up those MP9s and the Kevlar, and it works out for them somehow. So I'm impressed. Has to be said. Moving into our second half, though, it is Basement Boys who still have the lead. And they are moving into what I would say is the favored side of Mirage. That being CT. Double dualies. Double Trouble. And it is Trouble, who wields one pair of them. He's looking to hold off Danny and Palace. Fake Reality in A main. Trouble as well. Double Trouble. Double pistols. Double kill. I can keep going, guys. But it's 2 in Palace. And they might get caught dropping out. There it is. Chill catches the headshot. And he is going to drop the smoke in front of Trouble, so he has to play ahead of that if he wants to be a factor. At least before they get the bomb plant down. It is Chill who has that one in hand. And Goody successfully reads the smoke push out of jungle. Picks up one for himself too, so it's 3-on-3 in the post plant. No kits for the CTs. Trouble, of course, is still in Palace. The A main lurk suspected. But it's not there just yet. Trouble, he's making footsteps now in Palace. They should be aware of this position soon. Meanwhile, the other 2 CTs have made their way into the bomb site. And it's a dink onto Goody. Chill finds another headshot. And all of a sudden, 3v1 Krivda, the last one left on the bomb site. Only 5 HP. And he is going to get taken down as well. Chill with 3 headshots. Finds 3 kills in the pistol. And picks that one up for Atreides. Nice copy, Master Pro. Where'd you find that one? Continuing what we've seen as much as a trend in this series so far, it's Basement Boys forcing after losing the pistol. We'll see if they can replicate the success they had with that on Nuke. But right now it's not looking good, as Fake Reality is the only one on A where the rest of Atreides are. The rotates are coming through soon though, as the B rush has been ruled out. 2 players pushing through apartments. Fake Reality does get caught on the Palace push. Leaves his team 4v5 to hold down the A bomb site. Krivda is going to be the only one here. The 5-7 catches a player mid-air with the headshot. Does go down to a sandwich player eventually. He sets his teammates up well. Magan is so early in A main. This timing, there's no way they're going to be ready for it. But the plant, oh, is vulnerable to it. He's going to eventually pick it up. He gets traded back though. The Palace player, trouble not expected, activates with the MP9, traded by Owner now. It's a 1 versus 1. Chilean CT doesn't have the bomb just yet, and he's been spotted. Owner takes him down with the MP9. And there it is. Once again in this series, the force buy on the second round pays off. Some chat messages being exchanged, we can hear those. I can pull it up if you really want to... Actually, I'm curious now. Oh, timeout. Okay, maybe that was just what it was for. Let's turn this off. Oh. I don't know why I thought I would be able to read this. Maybe I should turn that off just in case they're saying anything not safe for work. That's the wrong command. Forgive my inexperience, guys. There we go. Okay. If anyone speaks Russian in chat, feel free to let us know what they were saying. I have a feeling it's something along the lines of, we need a tech pause because something happened. Which is unfortunate, but, you know, it happens. We did see one of these, a brief one, back on Nuke. Might have just killed OpenHUD. How? I think it still works, bro. Draw only death notices? No. Draw only death notices is an in-game command, so it may as well give a bit of a technical lesson for you guys while we're waiting for this tech pause. A draw only death notices removes everything on the Counter-Strike HUD except for the kill feed, the death notices, and the crosshair in the middle of the screen. And you'll notice that also I can see the players' names and like their guns above their head. That's just because I also do a command which is force draw HUD, and then it's like player names or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it's called. Yeah, you know what? Why don't we CL force no draw HUD no. We can learn together. Draw HUD force team ID overhead 1. That's it. So that'll cause these like little things with their arrows. There we go. We're back in action. So, and the reason that doesn't affect OpenHUD is because it's not the same application as Counter-Strike. So in-game console commands don't affect it, other than to the extent that OpenHUD reads what's in CS. Anyway. Moving right along, Basement Boys trying to convert off their round 2, or I should say second round in the half win. So far successfully managing to do so as Fake Reality picks up 2 for himself with the MP9. He does go down eventually to the Tech 9 of Chill, which keeps on going, and it's going to find Owner as well. Loses his teammate over towards B, but Depression has the bomb on his back, and it's going to get planted with plenty of time to spare on A. Chill too nervous to venture into CT and try and recover that M4. He is going to go down for it. As all 3 CTs have rerouted themselves to short. Depression, this would be a monumental highlight with the Deagle if he were to pull this one off. It's going to need to be 3 headshots. He finds the first one, but he's not able to find anything more. An admirable effort. But unfortunately, it doesn't pay off in the end. For for Atreides, as Basement Boys get the defuse. Krivda manages to keep the AWP. Not sure, it must have been, you would think, Trouble who had that one. And I think he was playing over towards B. Fixed. What's fixed? What's wrong? If you're talking about the tech pause. Presumably, yes. Presumably they fixed whatever it was because they're playing again. Oh, you mean... Never mind. Well, I mean, it's just pistols. Not really expecting much out of Atreides in this one, and rightfully they are not giving us much in return. Depression has the deagle, so maybe he can try and replicate what he had last round. Chill is following that line of thought as he picks up a 1 deag. Owner spotted on top of stairs. Chill has a chance. Finds the headshot eventually. Third time's the charm. They have somehow managed to get the bomb down here again, Atreides. But once again, it has to be a deagle clutch from behind Tetris. This time it would be the ace. And once again, Chill is going to fall short. So Basement Boys make their way to double digits here on Mirage. Yeah, bro, I'm going to ban you. I'm going to ban you from the chat. Behave yourself, please. Find you help. Okay. To be honest, I didn't think it was gonna be for 254,000 seconds. But you know what? I think I can undo that if needed. So, oh well. For now, we'll have no more of that nonsense in the chat. Finally, for Atreides, they must be thinking they have a buy, so not eager to rush into anything unproductive in this round. They are taking things nice and slow, looking to push the different areas of the map, see where the openings are. It's 3 players towards A for Basement Boys, 4 if you include Owner in jungle. Sure if he made a footstep there, but Goody, at least for a second, seems suspicious of that position. He's made his way up Con here, but uncontested. He might have a chance to sneak out, especially as his teammate finds the pick onto the window player. This A execute is going to come through from all sides now. It's Fake Reality, Megan, and Krivda trying to hold it down, but Fake Reality has been spotted. Megan is burning in the back of Firebox, but he's still alive. He's found 2 kills, and he does get traded eventually. And somehow, as the player on the bomb site, he ended up being the last one left alive. Must have been Chill and Goody, I believe, doing great work picking up the lurkers. Danny as well, I think. Oh, sorry, 3 kills for him, so maybe he had more of an impact than I realized. Either way, 3 kills for him, so definitely earns his mention from me. Not that he needs it. Anyway. Maybe trying to replicate the success that they enjoyed in the last one. Atreides with a bit of a slower approach. The opposite is true for Basement Boys as they are going hyper aggressive up the top middle. Owner goes down with the deagle, loses his teammate as well. 2v4 now as Goody gets taken down after 2. And the bomb is making its way over towards B. There's no way for Basement Boys to deny this. And with Magent going down to Danny the lurker on A, trouble is most assuredly going to be saving in this one. It's just a question of if he's going to be able to do so successfully and if he can catch anyone on the exit, especially with no defuse kit. You would think maybe ninja defuse was possible, but no such luck for him today. Here we go. I think that was a attack timeout. Or maybe that round. And just took a while. Actually, it might not have been a timeout. More of a French timeout, I guess, for Trouble. As he was just kind of saving. They were probably talking over their strategies. Smek does not manage to shut down the A main push from Fake Reality. He gets a kill for his Troubles. And the player advantage is in favor of the Basement Boys as a result. The remaining 4 players pretty much spread out. Goody and Depression in middle. Goody's made his way up connector. Albany footsteps. Fake Reality has to know that he's in here now, and he spots his shoulder spraying through the corner. He is going to take him down eventually. His 2 teammates. The cavalry arrives just a little too late, but they might be in time to secure a trade. Owner and Fake Reality now tuck themselves into these little hidey positions on the bomb site. Depression with a crouching clear. That's an instant headshot. So Owner, oh, he looks away at the worst time as Danny walks out of Palace. Finds that kill for free, and now it's 3 versus 3. Atreides around where they started with such a bad, I don't know, outlook, losing 2 players with nothing in return. They found a bomb plant, and now even numbers. Depression ready on this angle. Krivda swings into him and gets him with the FAMAS. Chill though from main, keeps things even. Bomb smoked off now. There's no kit for the defuse. Krivda gets taken out, and Trouble has to stick this surely. There's no time for it. He has to run away. And Atreides find 9. As well as the kill on the saving player. So that, oh, I thought it was going to be saved, but Chill goes down to the bomb. So nothing saved for either team. But Atreides win the round, and with it, you know, to the victor go the spoils. Their economy is looking healthy. The same cannot be said for the Basement Boys, who are dealing with limited weaponry, to say the least. But, you know, we've seen some unexpected things from these Force Buy rounds. They seem to have endless ideas as to how they can make them work. And it's going to be Smek to stop them. With the AK, he shuts down 2 players pushing lower tunnels. Effective on the job. Goody as well from top mid, taking out Magant. So Trouble and Krivda left with grim prospects. The 2 Deagles could potentially secure a kill or 2, but feels beyond the veil that they would manage to find this round win somehow. Especially with no defuse kit. Bomb is going to be making its way over towards B. It's going to be Krivda swinging in from the market window, trying to find a kill. Goody's going to walk into the Deagle. Gets taken out, but Chill is more fortunate. Takes him down, and Danny does the Trouble as well. So we're tied up. 10 rounds to 10 rounds. Double digits for both teams. Atreides keep fighting, and right now this is looking very reminiscent of map 2, I have to say. A closer affair than map 1 already. And overtime not impossible. Remember on map 2 it was Atreides that found the match point first, and though it took them a very, very long time to convert on it, they did eventually win out. So this round, you would think, has a lot on the line, especially for Basement Boys as their money is close to broken. Oh my gosh, aggressive from Goody. He's already all the way out of outs. He's going to find the first kill for free. Krivda goes down. And now Magan, left isolated on B. Owner makes his way over to the market door. But this is all just a distraction. Fortunately for them, the A players haven't rotated, but they have died. I was about to go and spectate them picking up Goodies all well and good. E. But now A is open. And so the bomb is going to be planted. And Owner and Megan. Well, sad to say, they'll be sad to save. Should I stop with the wordplay? Is it too much? I mean, they do have utility and armor on both of them, but Ona goes down, and that is so devastating for Basement Boys. Not just that they lose the round, but also that they're not going to be able to save more than one rifle. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw a full-on hunt coming out here for Atreides. They have so much money in the bank. Molly is going to probably slow them down enough that they won't be able to get to him in time. But still, only one AK. I mean, look at the money on the rest of the players, Basement Boys. You would think most likely it's going to be a force coming out for them. We'll see what the call is in the end. Owner's already bought up the M4A1. Fake Reality has that too. Nugent drops over the AK, buys up an M4 for himself. Or, sorry, the other way around. And the Famous on Krivda. So, in the end, it is a buy for Basement Boys. One that looks pretty decent. Trouble opts for a Deagle in the end. Thought he was going to get a rifle, but not so. The boost in top middle is an interesting idea. It's depression on top with the AWP. Spamming into lower tunnels. They know Owner jumped out of window, it seems like. And that smoke is going to beckon him to hurry away. Krivda has been abandoned. Forced to be the stalwart on B. And not the best weapon for the job either, just the FAMAS for him. Meanwhile, his two teammates, Megan and Fake Reality, taking up space in A main. Certainly signaling to the rest of their team that this push is coming over towards the B side of the map. Owner remains vigilant, holds down that murder hole. It's the two worst guns, unfortunately, for Basement Boys. There is a flank coming in from Fake Reality eventually, but it's all a question of timing. Krivda and Trouble now. They have to hold down this B-bomb site. The Molotovs are going to be flying out. These positions are going to be getting flushed. They're both burning in behind the bench. Full blind is Krivda. He goes down in Trouble as well. Owner, the last chance at holding off the plant. He's removed. Fake Reality gets owned by that flick from Chill. Magant, once again, just left to save the AK. And this time, surely Atreides are going to look to try and hunt him. So much residual money. And he's been spotted over towards A as well. Being boxed in from all sides now. They are hungry. His blood is in the water, and so is that of his team. Basement Boys on the verge of dropping this series against Atreides. As match point is found. And he doesn't get to save the AK either. One last chance for Basement Boys. Twice before, or three times before, I guess, we've seen them in this position in the series. That is down 2 rounds with match point for the other team. 2 times of those 3 we've seen them fight back and keep our game alive. Unfortunately, once on Nuke, they were not so lucky. That's how we've ended up here on Mirage. Fake Reality spamming through the smoke. He has the info and he tags Goody down to 1 HP. Another pick goes the way of Basement Boys. So this round looks promising for them. A second kill found. And it is a third eventually. Azona picks one up, but now 3v2 after that trade from Depression. Goody's still only on 1 point of health. Bogdan's Law, the third time we've seen it, comes into play. And oh, I didn't even notice, but the bomb has been dropped over on B. So no option to pivot to the A bomb site. The last 2 Atreides players have to find a way into B somehow. Goody just waiting on this angle with the AWP. Knows that nade could be deadly if it was to even nudge him just a little bit. Even the flashbang could be enough to send him to an early grave. Owner, Fake Reality in trouble. Not managing to spot this out just yet. Depression has made his way relatively far up in apps. Owner has missed the timing on this completely. Depression now with a golden opportunity, but Fake Reality spotted him. He does take him out though. Depression and Goody in the 2 versus 3 situation. They've already found the first. Nade goes out and leaves Goody in the 1 versus 2. 1 HP to play with, and the AWP in hand. 8 seconds on the clock is simply not enough time. But he's being told to go for it by his team anyway, I guess. They do have plenty of money. Take the guns away, I guess, is the logic. And that is 1 AK removed at the very least. And it matters, actually, because Fake Reality and Magent can't afford to buy. They're going to be left with weaker weapons. Oh, sorry. Speak too soon. It looks like Trouble had enough to drop a rifle over. Or maybe Krivda did. Either way. They end up with 2 M4s, a FAMAS, an MP9, and of course Trouble's AWP. We've seen it produce a couple of almost highlights. There could be another one dished up right now, as it's 4 players A main. The first one is found by Fake Reality. Trouble picks up one for himself as well. And 3 more players still encroaching onto his A-bomb site. Helped out by Owner from jungle. He's going to be able to find Chill on stairs, but he gets taken out. Magent does get the trade though, and Trouble still alive underneath this palace position. They should be aware that he's still around somewhere. Smek walking out in front of the smoke does get the kill onto Trouble. Spins, but not in time to take out Krivda. Leaves Danny in the 1 versus 2 to close this out in regulation. He's not anticipating Krivda's peak, and he doesn't get to it in time. So once again, we have overtime. For the 2nd time in the series. I can't quite believe it. Basement Boys fight back from 10-12 down. And what a ludicrous one this is turning out to be. For anyone that missed it, Map 2 Nuke went to double OT. Atreides eventually won that 19-16. But honestly, at any point it could have gone either way. Trouble had a couple of I keep referring to them, almost clutches with the AWP. I have to upload those as highlights because they are simply too good to miss out on. But to start off, first of at least 4 more rounds is a slow setup, and Trouble has been boosted into apps. He's found 2 kills! Just about got to that one in time. Sets his team up very nicely to take this first round of OT. The con push is being suspected. Owner getting to that one in time. Tucks into the corner, spotted now. Is Goody, Fake Reality, aware of his position? Depression over in the ladder room. But the awareness for Owner not enough to prevent him from going down. As Goody's AK finds its mark, so does Depression's AWP. All of a sudden, the 5v3 is a 3v3. Even numbers, Fake Reality still alive, still positioned over towards CT. Looking to deny this plant any way that he can. The smoke goes on towards short, so the bum is able to go down. Depression, Goody, and Danny in the 3v3 against Fake Reality, Magan, and Trouble. And Depression has already found the kill onto Fake Reality. 1 of 2 scoped guns for the CTs goes down. That's the AUG. Trouble's AWP. Still alive, still fighting. Magan from the CT box, drawing attention. But they both go down simultaneously. Danny and Depression secure Atreides this first round of overtime. Oh, man. I thought I was tired after we had 2 overtimes on map 2, guys. Can you believe it? How naive I was. The double insta mid smoke? Okay, one's for top mid. Good coordination from Atreides. Things aren't quite falling apart yet in overtime. Goody is walking straight down mid and he catches One on the... Oni. That time I really did just say One. Owner on the mid push. But not before getting traded back by Trouble's AWP. So we have 4v4. Atreides positioning over towards A. Once again, it's fake reality. Getting flashed into A main and he's making footsteps, but there was no one there. He does get a kill, but he's traded back. So still even numbers for now. 2 players already in CT. Magent tasked with covering the Palace position for Trouble, who spots the player in main, but they have made their way out onto the rafters. This gets a whole lot more difficult for Trouble now. He has to re-peek into the angle, and he's managed to do so successfully. Spots the AWP barrel of Depression just in time for his teammate to take him down. So it's Krivna in trouble now. And they do close out the 2 versus 1 Basement Boys. Even up our scoreline once again. 13-13. To be honest, I'm running out of ways to describe how close this game and series are. You know, map 1, it was looking... I don't know, it was pretty close for most of the game, I'd say, but then Basement Boys kind of pulled away towards the end. They won that 13-8, but since then, it has been just neck and neck, blow for blow the entire time. Early short position here for Trouble's AWP. Could be dangerous. If you're an Atreides fan, that is. 2 players walking up con though. Right now they're undetected. And smoked off is Owner. So they managed to get 1 kill over towards the triple box. Owner now working from behind the blown open jungle smoke. Goes down to Chill. Magent positioned in Palace. The nade is going to find good damage onto Chill, but not enough to finish him off. And he is going to go down once he drops out. And it leaves Krivda in a 1 versus 4. Chill's on 10 HP. But his hopes of winning this one are running out. It is the last round of this half. So he may as well go for it. Oh! I can't believe Chill got that kill. Finally, it feels like he gets his revenge from what happened to him on Nuke. For anyone that missed it, I'll try and do my best storytelling description. So Chill had successfully managed to make his way down Secret on the T side. And he walks through Secret. He kind of jumps into... He goes towards the squeaky door, the single door. And then he hops into the vent. But instead of going up, he goes like around towards the double door stairs, which is happens to be where Trouble is sitting with the AWP. And now Trouble, sitting at the top of those stairs, is holding the secret entrance. And he's scoped in. You would think there's no way that he's going to spot a player popping out of the vent. Unfortunately for Chill, he happened to be the one time out of probably like 50 or something that does happen. And he didn't land his first bullet, so Trouble hit one of the more ridiculous flicks we've seen in this series and removed Chill from the round. So, you know, that was pretty impressive. I'll have to go back and clip that one along with the other highlights, of which there are many in this long series. Trouble keeps going for Brokey-esque no-scopes and it's not working out, lol. Kinda true. It almost worked on Nuke, actually. In the that one time he had the... It would have been a 1v4 if he hit the last no-scope, but unfortunately, you know... I mean, he didn't have much of a choice, to be fair to him. Speaking of AWPs, Depression and Smek pull out the double. I think that's the first time we've actually seen a double AWP in this series. And it looks to push Atreides over the line as they find themselves 1 round up going into our second half of OT1 here on Mirage. Basement Boys taking a measured approach to this one. 2 players and the bomb. More like 4 players with the 2 joining them from underpass towards mid. Krivda trying to draw some attention in A main. He's going to keep Chill occupied for now. Palace push is coming through for Danny. So that's going to be clearing out this position for them. Krivda at risk of getting caught if Danny were to keep pushing, but he hasn't. He's turned around. Instead, Chill is going to be the one replacing him. And he is going to find safe passage all the way through the T-spawn and allow his teammates to rotate pretty much all the way over to B. They don't have any mid presence, so Depression has to hold off what could be a con push if it were to come through. Smoke drops ahead of the B Apartments players. Smek is going to blow it open. Has the AWP on the line. They blow it open for him. So Smek swings in and gets one. He gets another one. Trouble goes down through the smoke. A third kill for Smek on short. I can't believe it. He's helped out by Danny from the window. And Goody picks up the last one. So it's a flawless, almost, defense for Atreides. Off the back of a Smek triple. The first time he's pulled out the AWP in this series, and what a time. What a way to do it. And it seems like the fateful situation is upon us once again. Basement Boys down 2 rounds. Atreides on match point. Two chances at least at closing this series, putting this one to bed and putting me to bed with it. It's gotta be Chill to take us there as Danny goes down in main. Chill picks up the first kill. Chaos on the ladder, he's helped out by Goody. Owner, LeBron Tetris does manage to find the first and he nearly gets Goody through the box. Flushed out by the Molotov. Goody and Smek close things out in overtime. Only one required here on Mirage. Thank goodness for that. But it's 16-13 Atreides. They take the series 2-1. After a very, very hard-fought battle, they are going to continue on in the upper bracket, sending Basement Boys down to the lower bracket. Just taking a look at the one that I have prepared. I'll transition to that real quick so you guys can see what I'm looking at. We can see that the winner of this game, so that was Atreides, will be playing against Phantom in the next round, which is, it's like a round of, on this, it looks like a round of 16, but really it's a round of 32, because, oh, not 32, yes, 32, because there's 16 here and then 16 on the other side of the bracket. And then there'll be also 32 teams, I believe, in the lower bracket. That'll be all the losers from round 1. Would it be... God, I'm too tired for this. I can't be bothered. Anyway, key points. Atreides is going to be playing Phantom in the next round. Basement Boys go to the lower bracket. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in, and for anyone who sat through this absolute battle of a series. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more of this, more from me, then you can go ahead and drop a follow here. I'm also, I post when I'm going live over on my Twitter, which you can find. I think I have it linked on here, but if not, it's Syncasting CS2, I believe. Maybe just Syncasting. I'm on YouTube. Yeah, honestly, I'm too tired to do the plug properly. But if you want to see more from me, I'm sure you can figure out where to find me. Thank you once again, everyone, for tuning in. And that's going to be just about it for this one. Atreides take the series 2-1 over Basement Boys. And I will see you all later. Goodbye.